Darren. How you doing?
I'm good after the bad weekend. Bad weekend.
Well, explain to us what happened because you just hang on. Let me just turn down the bloody YouTube version. Right, sorry. Yeah, Darren, explain what happened then, because I ain't spoke to you since last week. What happened then?
I got a lot of to go back to college at and it was in 2 months to give it another year, but of the do two assignments and one of the assignments is the kind of the socialist left take over of Europe.
Right.
And I could do it on Ireland. I could do it on like how many left wing have got power in European countries.
I mean, they got their power through the NGOs, didn't they? And Soros is Open Society.
Yeah, but they don't like you putting that in there, Arch, know what I mean? Because they call that conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It has to be all fact-based. But like I can write a lot about like the way the nucleus family is gone, the birth rates are down, like 20 years ago, like we didn't have gay marriage. We have gay marriage now. And I'm allowed to use the word new age communism. Like they're allowing you to use that word now.
My advice, for what it's worth, Darren, is all the time you're doing stuff for the university and that perhaps you should do a subject that is not so controversial. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you should do something which is, I don't know, which ain't going to possibly getting you into trouble and all that stuff. That's all I'm saying. Because what would you achieve by doing the extra year? What would you get for it?
It's just to get higher degrees and diplomas. I suppose I could like put in the way like that like Crow Park is being used now as a Muslim like celebration and things like that, which would never been allowed before. I'm gonna have to do a lot of studying into like what's happening in Sweden and Norway and Spain and Italy and do you know what? For the first time, I'll use AI a bit.
The problem is, Darren, when you come to the conclusion, if you're being honest, is not very good.
No.
And so how are you going to on that unless you lie?
Yeah, and I have to be careful because of the woke college, you know what I mean?
What I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Do you know what, I could do the whole thesis and do it on everything that I don't believe in, just to pass it.
Well, I mean, that's the point.
And then there's another one that they want to do about addiction, about nature versus nurture, like isn't that like is it kind of is addiction something that like you learn in the family or is it your environment? That'd be easy enough. No, it's a bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to do that for human growth and development.
I mean, you're just treading on, as you say, it's a woke college, isn't it?
Yeah, very woke. Yeah, all the colleges are woke.
It's like you doing an essay on, there are only two genders, and using the Supreme Court decision and all kinds of other things to back it up. But you get in trouble, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but what got me very down is like, do I sell me soul to pass a test?
I know.
Like, and at the end of the day, like, if this gets me woke up, I want to walk in this shit. That, like, I'm going in walking with people but I don't despise, I just don't like them.
Well,
I have to be friendly to them, and I have to be.
yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, they seem very. I mean, they're hypocrites, really, aren't they?
Of course they are. They're definitely taking money off NGOs to teach this, 100%.
What
Like
about?
the same teachers teaching this are teachers that were 20 years ago teaching the complete opposite.
I mean, what about doing something on? I don't know, the way Sinn Féin have become a mainstream political party from what their roots were, and you could track it through. And when Adams resigned and Mary Lou took over, and how they tried to appeal to a wider audience. I mean, that may be.
Or if I could do that in Ireland, or they do another 3 countries as well, but I might do Sweden, because Sweden opened up all this liberal thing, and now Sweden have a thing now, like, if you're on welfare for more than 4 years, it's knocked off. So I can kind of do that. I can kind of do 2 countries that I went extreme. I'll do Germany as well, because Germany is off the wall.
I mean, look at that incident at the weekend. The geezer who drove in at the Pride thing. He was not only known to the German authorities. He'd been in jail. He's been released. He got a suspended sentence. He went to Lebanon to join Islamic State and got deported back to Germany. I mean, did they let him just do what he wanted to do then? They knew he was up to something. So is this false flags, are they?
Do you know these false flags now are? Do you know the way you can kind of go down rabbit holes with them now? I just say maybe. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, because it kind of
Yeah, I only ever say that. But listen, Darren, that's progress, because before even asking the question, right, you would be you'd be attacked and slaughtered, just for asking the question. Now we're going, well, maybe this could have happened. So that is a slight bit of progress, isn't it?
Yeah, and then it's like, no one can attack you for saying maybe. Because, like, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But these are planned attacks, so, like no one wakes up one morning and says, I'm going to go out and do this. It's weeks or months in advance they're planning these things.
And as you know, Pride is losing supporters. Corporate companies are walking away from it. No one's really interested in it. So maybe they just want to get sympathy. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know, maybe.
Well, it's like the Me Too movement there. They got a good run, and then it died out, and then the cancel culture seems to be gone now again, doesn't it? Like all these comedians that were cancelled and all, they're all back, like Kevin Hart and all, and. But I don't believe that cancel culture should apply to comedy.
I don't think it should apply to anything.
No, unless it's hardcore racism or something like that, or it's.
Shall I put the link out, Darren?
Sorry, yeah, if you want to, yeah.
It's like I just seen Damo coming. Yes, Damo. Yes, Limerick. And Max. What do you think of Mayo then finally breaking the curse of 45 years then, Darren?
I was delighted. Because like I didn't want Kerry winning another All Ireland final. It was a great game.
Yeah, now it's Gaelic football, isn't it?
Yeah. It was a brilliant game. Come here, is Trump doing?
Huh?
Is Trump doing?
Funny you should say it, Darren. He did a press conference the other day. He was somewhere and he gave a speech and there was close-ups of his face and the wrinkles in it. My God, they either didn't put much makeup on or he's getting very old. Mind you, he's 80 now.
But it's crazy. The man's 80 years old, right? Every press conference you see him at, he falls asleep. But still he's up at 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 on that Truth Social, baiting out like essays. Like I don't think the man sleeps much.
I don't know. I noticed that at the correspondence dinner, Melania weren't there.
Well, seemingly he has congestive heart failure.
I don't know about that. I think he's got swollen feet, isn't he?
Well, that's a sign of heart failure, and then the bruises on his hands and his neck, and his you see the bruises on his hands and on his neck.
Yeah, but I think that is just injections and taking blood and all that.
Yeah, but did you see this new drug he's trying to get rushed through that it's something to do with that heart, like he's or to lose weight, because like he needs to lose a lot of weight.
What, like them Monjaro?
It's meant to be a lot stronger than that. And what's that one that the Hollywood people take?
Ozempic?
Yeah, it seemed to be. It's the next one up from that.
All right.
So do you see he's put his picture on the new do you know when anyone getting a new like he's crazy. See the new American passports?
Yeah.
His pictures on the new American passports, and do you know what it says in the passport? This is enjoy your stay. Like that should be on a visa, not on a passport. Like
hasn't he got his face on the money as well? He's on the new $100.
He has his face on everything. Like I honestly don't think this man's stepping down after his 4 years. I think this man he wants this war in Iran because, like, during wartime we can't have elections.
I could see him calling off the midterms. I could see that.
But he's getting hammered in them, isn't he?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because it's all about the economy. And so if the economy's going in the toilet in November, he'll get his ass kicked. If not, it's just ideological stuff. I'm not certain, because a lot of people think the Democrats are off their fucking barnet.
Oh, they're like, but it's crazy. Like, they don't even hide the corruption anymore. Like, it's. I've never seen in America like they just blatantly like tell you like we're ripping you off. Like,
yeah, and don't forget, Darren, this week, Dr. Anthony Fauci testifies to Congress in front of Rand Paul, and if he purges himself, it negates his pardon.
So that man should be put in front of a firing squad.
He should certainly be in jail for the rest of his life. He's definitely a fucking Dr. Death. I mean, even if you go back to the 80s with what he did with that AZT thing for AIDS, that was the thing that was killing people.
Like, I no longer trust Musk. I no longer trust Tucker Carlson. I trust none of them. I seen a clip of Tucker Carlson 4 years ago, and he says Iran should be blown off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
So I think he's just one of these guys that just goes to the flow to make money.
Like Piers Morgan.
Like Piers Morgan.
I mean, look at Laura Loomer. She was attacking Ukraine for years, sort of pro-Russian, Laura Loomer. She now flies out to Ukraine for $2 million, interviews Zelensky and a few others, the chief rabbi of Ukraine, and now she's pro-Ukraine.
Have you seen Burham and Zelensky meeting?
The WHO meeting?
The new British Prime Minister and Zelensky. Zelensky says he's going over, and there's three things he wants. He wants money. He wants intelligence.
Yeah.
And he wants to share drone technology. And he wants to build the Ukraine drones in Britain so Russia can't get them.
Right, and where did they meet? On a bloody aircraft carrier. That's how security must be tight. I mean, there was no walking up Downing Street, was there, and hugging and all that?
No, and then the girl interviewing him says, but like, you want Britain, like, to support Ukraine, like, with, like, air defences and all, like, Britain can't even defend our own airspace. And you want us to defend your airspace.
And yeah, we can't even defend the English Channel, for fuck's sake.
Oh. So what? So like if just say like Russia have bombed a lot of drone factories in Kiev and all, right? What's to stop them? Like, just say this deal goes ahead, right, and they start producing drones, say in Birmingham or somewhere like that. What's to stop a nuclear sub going off the coast of England and just missiling that and saying, but you're funding the Ukraine war machine?
Okay, yeah. What is there? But please, Darren, don't get suckered into the propaganda about Russia attacking Britain. I don't think they will, honestly and truthfully.
I don't know. Putin's talk the weekend that he didn't seem sane at all. He didn't. He did not seem sane. The guy he wasn't his Kill Collective. Like, not the way he's laughing things off and all, saying, "Oh, that will never happen. That will never happen. That will never happen."
Yeah.
The way he's looking at it, he says, Kiev, the Donbass and all, were given to us by Stalin. NATO took it from us. And it doesn't matter how many men we lost 20 million men in World War II. So they get the great Soviet Union, and we may have to do that again. This war will be over sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Celtic. Yup, Mayo. Go on. And Damo says up Kerry. Oh no, well, no, Mayo won this year.
That's the course lifted.
What was it all about, that cursing, Darren?
A priest put it on them. When they were down celebrating down the Mayo, the priest put it on them saying that he will never win another All Ireland until all this squad died.
Why?
Because he just didn't like he was an old school priest. He didn't like the drinking and the partying and the.
What? That was 45 years ago.
Yeah, and I think the last lad off that squad died there in last October.
Wow. Oh, 75 years, or is it 45 years? What is it?
I thought it was 55, was it?
I don't know, could you look? Yeah, Celtic's got it. It is 75 years, Darren. Fucking hell.
75. $1951.
So how old was the last survivor then? He must have been in his 90s.
But it's strange, isn't it? It's strange, like maybe that played on their minds through the years, that course now, because like some people believe in them.
Well, not only that, Darren. Do you remember that thing where England always used to lose to Germany, and then that become a psychological barrier, didn't it, for the England team? And then all of a sudden, when they did finally beat them, they then beat them quite a lot, and then that's gone out the window now, isn't it?
Yeah, and then there was a murder out in Finglas in the 90s, Art, and a gypsy put a curse on the whole gang, and they all died.
I remember that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember that.
You just don't know what goes. You just don't know like, what goes on. But the price of the footballers this season is disgraceful, isn't it? Like the money.
Yeah. Now, can you put me straight? Has that bloke from Nottingham Forest signed for Man United for 100 and something million?
No. I think Man City signed man, that not Alex Scott. What's the other guy's name that was playing for England?
I don't know.
The midfield. 115.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Darren, I've just had a Vindaloo curry and I've got a glass of milk to take the burning out my mouth, but it has literally cleared my nasal passages. Oh, God, it has. Oh. No, but what are the big transfers? I know, wasn't there one from Nottingham Forest? And then there was one from Newcastle. Yes, that's it, Celtic. Anderson. What happened to that? Did it fall through or something then?
No, he went to Man City, didn't he?
I thought it was Man United who wanted him.
No, Man United have come out and they said they're not paying any more than £200,000 wages anymore. So you're not going to get great players for that.
Right. But I thought Man United have been one of the biggest spenders over the summer.
No, but they've bought players for like 45 million and 50.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, Celtic said City got him for 120. That's a lot of money, Celtic. He ain't really a standout player, is he?
Come on, I think he's better than Declan Rice.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but for 120 million, fucking hell, that's a lot of money for him. Is he a midfielder?
Yeah, he was in the top three midfielders this year for passing, winning the ball, tackling and all, and then he's a great World Cup. I think Man United are after Alex Scott of Bournemouth.
All right. Aaron, as a Liverpool supporter, what do you think of Jeff Bezos and Lakshmi Mittal, the steel magnet's son-in-law, buying a stake in Liverpool?
I don't mind that once they throw half a million there, half a billion there to put into the club, like.
Oh, I see, Celtic. Yeah, look, that makes sense, doesn't it? Man United are buying a squad, right? So they need lots of players, around 40, 50 million. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
because Man United need probably 5 or 6 players out, you know what I mean? So they can't go out and buy like
I'm
5 or
actually,
6.
if Celtic don't get upset, I don't want to put the mockers on it. But do you know what? I see Man United doing very well this year under Michael Carrick. I really think they might be in strong contention for the Premier League. I don't know. It's just I just get that feeling. Do you know what I mean? That Man United are going to do very, very well this year.
I think he starts strong at. He has a good 8, 9 games, and then he falls apart.
What, Michael Carrick?
Yeah, Luis Solskjaer. Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. They need a big name manager there. You know what I mean? They're a big club. But then Michael Carrick could be one of the best up and coming managers. We just don't know.
Okay, then what about the geezer at Man City? Right, is he going to be able to rekindle the Guardiola days? I don't think so. I think Man City.
I don't know, Ed. I thought he was okay at Chelsea.
No, no, don't get me wrong. But you know, the way things go, I just think after all that decade of fabulous stuff with Guardiola, right? You know, I mean, we've seen it at Man United when Ferguson went. We saw it at Liverpool when Klopp went. Although Arne Slot won the next year, but he was really with Klopp's team, right? So we might see it at Man City. That as an end of an era, to continue that era is very difficult.
And Arne Slot's first game for the Dutch is against the Germans, against Klopp.
I know. What's that, Celtic? Tielemans, Santos and Cohn, same price as Anderson. Much better deal. Yeah, there you go. You'd much rather have Tielemans, Santos and Cohn, right? Or would you rather have Anderson? Well, I mean, it ain't brains of Britain. You'd rather have the other three, wouldn't you?
But have they signed Cohn? I know the Santos and Tielemans a great boy, but I don't know if the Cohn deal's been finalised.
And Celtic, ironically, the name you use, Celtic. Have you seen that Celtic have bought what's his name? Koch, the geezer. He's a Hock, is it? For 11 million. And he's meant to be a bit handy, a bit tasty. Up front for Celtic. Martin O'Neill, I think, signed him. I was reading about him, so he could prove to be a hit, because who's the other one, the Chinese-looking geezer for Celtic? He's left this year. He scored the overhead goal. Do you know the one I mean, Darren?
Do you know who'll be a great boy if someone can get me? A man Coupe, the Dutch guy.
Kobe. Oh, right, Kobe.
Koup. Coupe.
Oh, right.
I don't know what's going on with Newcastle. Newcastle can't sign the player to beat the band. They signed a couple of good young fellas now.
Who was that? Weren't there a player who used to play for Liverpool called Coopy? Sammy Coopy?
Yeah, he was a fullback.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it Coopy or Hoopy or something like that? That was UPE, wasn't it?
Coupe. Koupe, yeah. Fullback he was, yeah. He played when Benitez was there.
Yeah. And this, and you know the kid who plays for Spain, Jordi Torres, is he related to the Chelsea Torres, the Liverpool Torres, or not?
No, no.
Oh, I thought he might have been his boy or something. Well, yeah, Damo, Newcastle on paper, yeah, because it's the Saudis, but I think they're a bit granite with their money. I don't think they're going to throw it around. And think about it, right? Who really wants to go to Newcastle? I know it's all that and all this game and Kevin Keegan, and God bless him and rest in peace. But I mean, you know, Newcastle's a shithole. The whole of the northeast is a shithole, really. For you know, for top players and all that game. There's Manchester, Liverpool, and then most of them want to go to London. So really and truthfully, tempting players, and then they got to get their family over and live in Newcastle.
See, Newcastle are the richest club in England, but they can't spend their money for the financial fair play because they don't make enough money.
Celtic has said that. Look, financial fair play, you can only spend what you earn. And Damon said, if you were a Saudi, why would you buy Newcastle? That is a question that has dogged me for years. I know her with the dodgy eyes, Clarence, what was her name? I can't remember. You know, she had weird-looking eyes, didn't she, the woman? Clever woman, very good business, and that she sorted the business out. And the Saudis bought Newcastle off of Mike, what's his name, the big fat geezer. JD.
What they'll be hoping to do is, like Newcastle's a long-term thing. Like, probably in 10 years' time, Newcastle will be run the roost because eventually they will get it, like, they will get like what thing they will get like airlines named after them, the stadium be named after them, so that be all money going into the coffers.
Also, Celtics, right? Whatever happened to the 115 charges Man City are facing now? Guardiola's
that's coming on top because that's why Pep legged it. See, the thing about that is that the Man City lawyers have more money than the FA, and they control money everywhere, and they're throwing every stipulation there. You know what I mean? And they're just delaying it and delaying it and delaying it and delaying it. I think of the lawyers that Man City would have on the money.
But they must, but even given how previous clubs have been treated, Everton, Nottingham Forest, poor old Everton, they kicked them twice in one season and they still managed to survive.
Yeah, but he didn't have the money to fight. They didn't have the money to fight the charges. You know what I mean? Man City will eventually have to answer.
Yeah, and once they put their hands up, they should at the very least, be demoted to the Championship for one season.
Well, they're talking 40-something point deduction anyway, and like that'll get them relegated.
I mean, weren't it when Rangers got caught doing it in Scotland? Didn't they throw them down to the bottom league?
Yeah. Like they had to change their name and all. The Serco Rangers, you had to like completely do an overhaul. That's why I always say Rangers have only ever won one league title.
And then Rangers disappeared in 2012. And the Rangers Football Club or whatever the new team was formed then, wasn't it?
Yeah, Save Go Rangers.
Serco Rangers, that's it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just using the example that to be fair, Rangers were given harsh punishment, weren't they? I know it was serious stuff. Yeah, look, there you go, Damo, you're right. Rangers went to the first division. Juventus, they did as well. So, I mean, there's no precedent if Man City get off with like a fine and not demoted and only lose half a dozen points or something, then well, there should be hell to pay. I mean, they're lucky that they're not thrown out of the whole league and said start again, Division 4.
I think there'll be fines. I think there'll be point deductions. There may even be league titles took off them.
Yeah, but it's still that. Yeah, but it's still. I know you have league titles, but he's still looking in the back in the rear view mirror. I mean, what they could do, right? They could take points off them, fine them, and then ban them from like the FA Cup for 5 years or something like that, and the League Cup, just because that would give them a penalty as well.
Well, it didn't take long for UEFA to ban them for a year from the UEFA Cup, did it?
No, that's
that
what
was
I mean.
quick enough. They were able to do it quick enough, so I don't know what the FA are playing at.
I just think the influence in money and politics has allowed Man City to get away with this for like, how long ago were these charges? 5 years ago?
No, they're going back to Mancini.
Oh, 2000 and what was that? 14?
Do you know what? Most of the charges are right? Just say like they got a player and they said we'll give you £200,050 a week.
Yeah.
They were paying them an extra like £200 into offshore accounts. And man, it's the same with Mancini. Half of Mancini's wages was paid into offshore accounts, and then the money that they gave agents to get players to come to them, like it's just corruption.
Look at that, what Celtic says. It goes back to 08, nearly 20 years ago, to 2014, 12 years ago.
Just think of this. They got Haaland for 25 million. Do you think that was legal?
No, and also don't forget Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said to Man United, there's this young kid in Norway, wherever he is. He went, Haaland. He said, blonde lad. He said he's going to be a superstar. You can have him for £2.5 million. And Man United went, nah, it's all right, Ollie. We won't have him. That was Haaland. Another thing, Max is in. Hello, Maxie, Planet Max. Who's winning the Premier League? Please don't shout at me. I reckon Arsenal are going to retain the Premier League. Honestly, I know it sounds strange. I know it does, but I think Arsenal are going to win it again.
Liverpool.
You're going Liverpool. Right,
yeah.
Okay. Celtic. I mean, look, you know me, I support Brighton. Right, so I've got no skin in the game. I just got this feeling that all of a sudden, Ayeta and that, I think they just got that winning feeling.
The reason why I say Liverpool is because see the way Klopp came from Dortmund, and Dortmund is kind of like the Liverpool version of Germany, working class, steelworks, all that type. Raul is from the Basque County, and like he'll come to Liverpool, and that way the Basques don't class themselves as Spanish.
No.
He'll come to Liverpool, and the way Liverpool say we're Scouse, not English, he'll take that all on board. And seemingly, he's crazy about running. Like I've been listening to interviews of his old teammates, and he says, like, if you he'll substitute you after 10 minutes if you're not chasing back, if you're not running, if you're not like, and his training sessions are meant to be gruesome. Where seemingly with Klopp's training session was a 5-minute run, and then like a few crosses, and then a few, like, he wasn't into running at all. And you could see it last year. Liverpool's legs were gone last year. They couldn't keep up with anyone.
Yeah, but to be fair, Klopp's been gone 2 years.
Yeah, but like the year that he won the league, they were still doing that, like chasing down, playing the Klopp way, and then his second season he brought it all in his way. Yeah,
Klopp is at Germany. The first game he's got, Max, with Germany's against the Netherlands, Arne Slot. Celtic reckons. I mean, I just fancied that. not because of any knowledge. I just thought, you know what? I think Arsenal are going to win it again. But Celtic's gone. He reckons Arsenal first, Man City second, United third, Chelsea in that order. And then Damo says Arsenal if they sign Vinny. Is that Vincenzo geezer? That will be that they'd have to give 200 million, wouldn't they?
No, he's not that expensive, but his wages is 400 grand.
I'm fucking lost with all this. Is that right, Celtic? He said, look, since January, United are top. Yeah, I know. That's why I said I fancy Carrick's going to have a blinding season. A blinding season. I mean, I think Arsenal might win it because they now know what it feels like to win, right? Not to bottle it, right? And all this stuff, right? So I think Arsenal could win it, but United, I think they're going to be there. I think they're going to be there or thereabouts. United might have a good run in Europe. Can they get in the Champions League, Celtic?
Yeah, but the Arsenal bottle or the Man City bottle?
No, I don't think, no, because look at the results. Arsenal actually won, didn't they, up to the end of the season?
Yeah, but up to 3 games to go was in Man City's hands.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Listen, are Man United in the Champions League or have they got to qualify?
No, they came third, didn't he?
What, Man United came third, did they?
Yeah, but even if they have to qualify, they'll be who they have to play.
So Man United will get into the Champions League.
Yeah, but right, I'll put this one to you, right?
Go on.
Last year, United only played 1 game a week.
Okay.
Right? So, like, now they have to play 3 games a week.
Okay. Well, then isn't that why Celtic saying that they're replacing or building up a whole squad for that eventuality?
Well, they've bought 3 players there. They need another.
I don't know.
From listening to the Goldbridge and the United Stand and the football terrors and all, like, they're not happy with who they bought. They're happy with these man. But Santos, like what has Santos done? And anyone else has come out and says, like, well, the thing about Santos is we bought him for 50 million. He's only 23. In 3 years' time, we could sell him for 80.
Right. Okay. Well, there's that's business and pleasure colliding, isn't it? Because that's not saying we've got him for his talent and he's going to add so much to the squad. That's a bit like Tony Bloom at Brighton. He buys players for 2 or 3 million and then sells them on for 25, 30 million, doesn't he?
But in all fairness, Santos could become a superstar. Like
yeah.
Chelsea team was terrible last year.
Yeah.
Like I think if United buy a world-class midfielder, like a real world-class midfielder, and these young fellas around them, I'll expect an awful lot more from your man Mount this year as well. Jason Mount.
Right.
Do
you think there's going to be any backlash this season with the Argentinian players, McAllister, Fernandes, and all of that? Because what happened to England?
Have you heard the leaked audio?
The what?
The leaked audio from FIFA to the Argentinian FA.
No, is there leaked audio? I knew there'd be something wrong.
This is the biggest conspiracy in football, lad.
No.
The way after they beat England, they took out the Falklands flag.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, well, Well, do you know the way? Do you know the way there had to be no political flags or on the World Cup? Fans couldn't even have them. Well, FIFA rang the FA, the Argentinian FA, right? And if you think about Argentina not having any shots in the whole game, he says, you know, if you win this, like England will go ahead and push this, and he'll get a 50-year ban. So like he's a better off losing.
What, so they're saying that Argentina meant to lose the final?
Well, I don't know if they agreed to it, but like that's what the FA, the FIFA fella said to them.
Wow.
It's on YouTube, Art. It's on YouTube.
No, I can accept all of that, but I mean, I can't honestly see the Argentine players accepting that. Plus, I mean, let's not take anything away from Spain as well, though, to be fair.
Yeah, Art, but like the way the Argentinian lost their head and all, and started killing people and all, I think they kind of knew, like, even if they won, they were in trouble. You know what I mean? I think it was all blew up at the end. But I don't know, like, if the Argentine FA would have told the players that.
Yeah, I mean, also, getting back to my original question, do you think there could be some niggling and rivalry this season with the Argentine footballers and, you know, some of the England players?
Well, your man Enzo Fernandez has to get out of England. Because if he doesn't, all you're gonna hear in every away game, you lost your country the World Cup. You lost your country the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Art? Watching that tackle, like, if you'd done that on the street, you'd go to prison.
Yeah, yes, 100% you certainly would.
The guy went about 6 feet in the air, done about 4 flip-flops and landed on the ground.
Oh, no. But the thing is as well, I mean, if you just review, right, the Egypt-Argentina game, the Swiss and the Switzerland-Argentina game, and then the first 20 minutes of the England-Argentinian game. There should have been red cards, right, all around to calm it down. I mean, in England's game, there should have been at least 4 yellow cards and certainly a red card. But he didn't do anything, the ref. And Argentina knew that once they got the ref like that, they could get away with it.
Yeah, but I don't know what possessed them to take out that Falklands flag. Like, why?
Because it was provocation. From their point of view, though, think about it, they believe that the islands are the Malvinas belonging to Argentina.
If Argentina invaded the Falklands again, do you think England would have the might to take it back again?
No.
That's scary, isn't it?
No, I don't. But what I think the UK would do is they would attack Argentina mainland or something, long-range bombers and all that game.
Yeah, because the Navy, half the ships don't work, don't you know?
That's right. And I mean, they ain't got a task force to send 6,000 miles into the South Atlantic like they did in 1982. No, they haven't got anything like that. They couldn't do it. But what they could do is send long-range bombers or send down, submarines or something down that area. But no, they couldn't.
Send down the Trident submarine, yeah.
I mean, they could never, but listen, they wouldn't, and you got to remember now who was on Argentina's side back then, and now, because of the exodus from Israel, they're on their side. Israel and Argentina, right, are close buddies, very good buddies, and Patagonia is a place in Argentina, and all the Israelis that are leaving Israel are going to Patagonia. Did you know that?
Do you know, I watched the documentary, Art, and it was crazy looking. It was after the American Civil War, 200,000 Confederates went down to Brazil, and they started up a colony called Americana. And even every year they dress up and knowing all the Confederates, and they do mock battles and all.
Really?
Americana, in Brazil, Americana. It's the name of the place. Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that. But you see, what happened, you see, after World War II, all the Germans went to Argentina. And if you look at the Israelis now, they are identical to the Germans in World War II, what the Israeli government. And you're banned from saying it. But if you compare the behaviour of the Germans World War II and of the Israeli government in the last, whatever it is, decades, right, there are a lot of similarities. Other people say that Israel's like an apartheid in South Africa. Well, now all the Israelis are going down to Argentina. Now you'd think Israelis would give Argentina a wide berth, wouldn't you? Going, all them Germans from World War II went there. Why we wouldn't be welcome? Well, they are welcome because they're the same firm, allegedly.
Like, well, the Germans, the bad guys.
Look, it's not a question. He said, she said. What you got for me, though, Darren? The thing that takes the biscuit is that the Austrian painter, right, had a drug habit. he was a junkie, right? He had a drug habit. He was being banged up.
I have his drug diary here. It's unbelievable.
Saying, right? So I don't care, right? This, that, or the other. Any human being consuming that amount of drugs, right, is going to be megalomaniac. Is going to be off their fucking barnet, isn't they? So any ideas that when they started out, Mein Kampf and National Socialism and all this game, right? Any of that goes out the window. Now what you're left with is an Austrian painter who's got a terrible drug habit, who's unpredictable, right? And you wouldn't know what day it is. So of course the responsibility is with him. But if you look at the thing of what they were saying about the way that finance and all this carry on was going on, well, that's maybe a different subject. But as much as you can talk about that, right, you can never ever justify the fact the Austrian painter was a junkie. I mean, do you remember when that book came out and we did the episode, Darren, and you read out how much he was taking every day? Honestly, people, if Darren ever takes the time to do that again, you will not believe it, right? I didn't think it would be humanly possible to consume the amount of drugs that he did. And you've got to remember, it was all injected. Fucking hell. I mean, it was amphetamine and, oh my, Darren run the list off. One day I went...
Mussolini wanted none of that war. Thing just start shooting drugs into him every 20, not into Mussolini. Mussolini says every 20 minutes his doctor come in and gave him 4 and 5 injections, and he says after 18 hours it says, right, I'll help you in the war. Yeah, just let me off this. Just let me off this plane or this train.
There is film of it going to the train. 14 hours. 14 hours. The Austrian painter was chewing the ear off of Mussolini. In the end, Mussolini, right, just said, "I'll give up." Speeding off his canister. He was for 14 hours chewing the ear off of Mussolini.
And you know, like Mussolini was Hitler's, like, how he looked up to, like, he wanted to be like Mussolini.
Yeah, because of what happened in the 30s with Abyssinia and other stuff and Ethiopia and all that kind of stuff that the Italians were doing and all that, of course. And it was the fascism. In the 30s, fascism was the in thing. It was the woke and DEI of its day. Everyone was in all this new fashion thing. And everyone liked him in Germany. Even the British royal family were doing the salute and everything like that. Yeah, I mean, the whole world, Darren, really, in the 30s was going fascist as opposed to communist.
And then some historians say it was actually the Italians that lost the Germans the war because they were brutal. Everywhere they went, they just lost, and the Nazis had to put more troops in to help them.
But the strategy, it was complete lunatic.
Yeah, and then when Italy was invaded, you had Germans fighting Germans, Germans fighting British, British fighting Italians, Italians fighting Italians. They were all, it was just a big mess.
Yeah. You had the mafia, La Cosa Nostra, smooth the way for the Allied landings in Sicily.
Yeah.
Right. Lucky Luciano was sitting in a jail cell and organised, right, the Italian mafia on Sicily to help the Allies. Before that, the Germans, right, scuppered one of the most fast modern ships in New York's harbour. You can find the historic photograph of it on its side, the USS Normandy. Right, it was right. They scuppered it. So what the American government did was they got hold of Lucky Luciano and went, listen, all the longshoremen and all the men that work on the docks and in the harbours and that, we want them on our side. And so, right, he got them all together, right, to help the American government. He followed it up with helping them when they invaded Sicily. Lucky Luciano was released from jail as a result. He then moved to Italy, and in the 1950s he started talking. He wanted to be a movie star. He was hanging, right, and he was talking about making a movie about his life and his life in La Cosa Nostra. Well, they didn't take too kindly to that, and someone slipped him something, and he had a massive heart attack.
Oh.
That was Lucky Luciano. You can read the story yourself. But you had many Italian Americans, right, fighting against Mussolini. But all of them, Mussolini, the Austrian painter, Joseph Stalin, and that, to be honest, people like Trump are the same. Megalomaniac dictators. Of course they are. Of course they are. We have only given Trump the benefit of the doubt is because the alternative is a fucking 1,000 times worse.
Hold on there, just having a little look at my glasses.
All right. But that's the problem. But as Trump's era starts to come to an end, and then we look back, of course, right, the mob are in power. Trump and his cohorts are a criminal enterprise. Right, they're criminal enterprise. The Kosher Nostra, Howard Lutnick, right, and that, right, the Jewish Americans, right, billionaire, Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, all of that, La Kosher Nostra. And Donald Trump's been in with them for years, the Russian mafia and all that, out of Brighton Beach. Like, literally, it's a criminal gangster outfit that are running America. They did from 2016 to 2020, and now from 2024 till 2028. In between, though, you had Biden with men with tits, right, waving their tits around and calling themselves women in the White House. You had a man called Richard Levine, a Jewish psychiatrist, put on a dress and called himself Rachel Levine and was given the role of Deputy Health and Human Services Secretary, a 4-star admiral, a geezer.
Do you know where before the Austrian painter got into power?
Yeah.
In Berlin, like, it was a cesspit. You could go in and have sex with animals. You could go in and have sex with kids. It was the cesspit of the world.
It was. And who organised all that? Right. When you see the book burnings, from the Germans in the 30s. They said, look, they're burning all the books. Yeah, but no one's allowed to say what were the books. The books they burnt was all about transgender, perversion, paedophilia, right, interfering with kids and all that stuff, right? They were the books they were burning, right, and all this stuff. Transgender was first discussed and studied in the 1920s in Germany by a German Jew, right? The Jews in Berlin in the 1920s, it was Sodom and Gomorrah. Children bought and sold openly. Dirty, filthy deviants they were.
And when you listen to Hitler's speeches in English, when he's talking about like Jewish Bolsheviks and all, it sounds, or you read my camp, it sounds crazy. But then when you look at when they killed all the Tsars and all, like four of the head people were Jewish that took over.
More than that, on the Bolshevik committee of 200. Something like 160 of them were Jewish. Trotsky was a Jew. Karl Marx was a Jew.
Karl Marx, yeah.
You see all of them, right? But you're not allowed to even hear the other side of the argument. Don't mean you're going to agree with it, but you're only ever given one side. And you see what we've gone through when they were cancelling people. You see where they got it from. Only hear one side of the argument, and you drown out the other side. Who taught them that? We know what the was. We know what the score was.
And I wonder what books were destroyed in the bombing of Berlin, or what books are in the Soviet archives and all that. Like, there's a lot of truth that we will never know.
I mean, if you look, right, they've been debunked, but if you look at the so-called protocols of the Elders of Zion, right, and they were printed in 1890, and they said used as propaganda, anti-Semitic. Well, if you go and read what the protocols of the Elders of Zion said, and then look at today's world, you go, well, okay, it was debunked and it was anti-Semitic and it was propaganda. But you know what? It was fucking true, a lot of it, because a lot of it has happened. It don't matter it don't matter if it was all debunked as propaganda. If it's true, allegedly.
Anti-Semitic doesn't even mean nothing to me anymore, because it's been...
It's an inversion of the reality. The Semites are Arabs. The Semites, actual Semites, are Arabs from Lebanon, right? They're not Jews, but they wanted that term, anti-Semitic, right? They're Semitic. They're not Semitic. The Arabs are Semitic. And the Jews in Israel, America, and all that come from Eastern Europe, Ashkenazis, right? And they originate from Ukraine. Now we're seeing Zelensky wants to involve Ukraine in Iran, in the Iran equation. And Zelensky's a Jew, couldn't even speak fucking Ukrainian. Ukraine's being run by Jewish people, right? It really is. Go and look at the top positions there. The oligarchs, a defence minister who ran off with
Well, if they want to talk about the homeland, Ukraine's the real homeland of the Jew, isn't it?
Well, no, it's the homeland of the modern Jew from 800. They were pagans, thieves, right? Identity snatchers, the lowest of the low. And they were Khazarians, known for their double crossing, right? Their incest. They were pagans, thieves, assassins, could never be trusted. And so, right, and causing chaos. And the Persians below and the Russians above said, listen, King Bulan, you got to stop all that pagan stuff. You're causing chaos. Now you can choose out the three religions, Jewish, Islam, or Christianity. He went, well, give me some of that Judaism. I'll have some of that. And then for the next 200 years, it carried on, right? But they pretended they were behaving themselves. And then the Russians in 1200 went, we fucking had enough. And they went in and they scattered across Europe. Hence why you see the Jews in Poland, Germany, the UK, and throughout Europe. That's how they got there. Not that bollock story that they come from the Holy Land. No, these are Eastern Europeans who converted to Judaism in 850 under King Bulan, but still retain their pagan satanic views. And then in the 18th century, Jacob Frank, right, who even Jewish scholars call the most evil man in Jewish history, got hold of Mayer Rothschild and Daniel Weinstrop, created the Illuminati, and you got the modern day Jewish people wanting to take over. And they've infiltrated their way ever since. But not only them. It's people who've got that, they call it Zionism. Well, it's a form of Satanism, a supremacy thing. People like Tony Blair said they're Zionist, Joe Biden. It's a death cult. That's what it is. A death cult.
Come here, Art. Costa Nestor is nearly just about finished in Ukraine. I reckon by September, Russia take it. Do you think they stop moving forward once they get the Donbass?
Well, to be honest with you, Darren, yeah, once they get the Donbass, then it's really open fields. But apart from that, right, I did it tonight on my live with Grok. I went, what percentage of the Ukrainian soldiers are Jewish? And they said out of an army of 900,000 men, between 1,200 and 2,500 are Jewish. Now, why is a Jewish leader? Of course, they're fighting to the last drop of Christian blood, what they've done before. How could you ever have Zelensky as your prime minister, your president? He's a homosexual, a deviant, a bisexual, a failed comedian, but he's got the secret ingredient. He's Jewish. The defence minister in Ukraine, right, has just fucked off to Israel. Why? Because he's fucking run off with $100 million, interviewed walking along the beach in Israel. Why hasn't he been extradited back to Ukraine? But no one wants to talk about that. Oh, no. That's why I get so angry when the West supports Ukraine. They're not supporting the Ukrainian people. They're supporting the Jewish dictatorship that is running Ukraine.
And I suppose a lot of cocaine every night would make you think you're winning the war, wouldn't it?
When you've got a UK Prime Minister like Keir Starmer, again, who's a closet homosexual paedophile who likes rent boys, allegedly, no wonder they keep going to Ukraine, right, snorting the coke, shagging little boys, doing all kinds of despicable things. That's why they all keep visiting Ukraine, right, because they're up the nose.
That was his last visit as Prime Minister, wasn't it? His foreign visit. Ukraine.
What about when they were on the train together? Merckx,
and not on the coke.
Yeah, and Macron, Keir Starmer, and Francis Merckx as well, and the bag of white powder. What do you think that was? Of course, it's cocaine.
It was cleared then. They wanted to clear their brain.
Right, and also as well, Darren, how many times has Zelensky been caught bang to rights when he's off his barnet playing with his nose? Why hasn't a reporter said, President Zelensky, you look like, I know it might not be true, you look like you're under the influence of cocaine, keep touching your nose and all this stuff, right? Can you just reassure us, do you take cocaine?
Do you know what the world needs? Remember the Parkinson and Reagan interview? We need that man to interview Zelensky. Do you remember he made Reagan say sorry for putting the people through and all? He had Reagan nearly crying.
I'm trying to think who it was. No, I'd like to see Zelensky interviewed by Tucker Carlson or someone like that. Anyone who'd ask him the questions, because everyone knows it's like the worst kept secret. President Zelensky, have you ever taken cocaine? When was the last time? And right, have we seen you over the last decade off your barnet on cocaine? And if he said, no, I never take it, go, well, how come you keep touching your nose and all this stuff and all that game? Because that is when people are off their barnet and you look, your eyes are all spaced out. I mean, why not question him on it? And your wife going round, right, or Europe, what's she doing? Laundering the money? Fuck's sake. It's the biggest shakedown. It's a shakedown. It's the Jews shaking down the Gentiles, as they've done throughout history, allegedly. Right, it's another shakedown.
There's been 5 British Prime Ministers since the invasion of Ukraine.
6 now.
6 now.
And you're right, Celtic. Boris Johnson was given £1 million, right, for flying, parachuting into Ukraine, Kiev, and stopping Zelensky signing the Istanbul Agreement. £1 million he was given.
Lindsey Graham and Boris Johnson.
And Laura Loomer, prices have gone up, Celtic. Laura Loomer has been anti-Ukraine and now she switched sides, has been given $2 million, right, and interviews with all the top people, including Zelensky. Come on, I mean, for years...
What's this ladybug or something thing I keep on hearing with David Lindsay? I haven't read into it or listened to it. I hadn't had the time.
Who?
Like that, like it was a code name. A man, Lindsay, and he liked ladybugs.
Ladybugs? What? The little insects?
I think it's just it's a word for something else.
Yeah, but hang on. Or do you mean lady boys? Or do you mean lady boys?
No, ladybugs.
Is that some? I don't know. It might be some homosexual secret code or something. How the fuck? I mean, look. Do we honestly believe, right? If we're going to believe them, that Obama ordered $50,000 of hot dogs and walnuts? Do we believe, right, that there were tens of thousands of pizzas being delivered to the White House? Because if we don't believe that, then maybe it is code for children and all of this carry on and homosexual stuff and all that game. But it's either one or the other. It's either, no, it's not true, and Obama did order $50,000 worth of hot dogs and walnuts. Because if he did...
Do you know who's interviews and enjoying? Hunter Biden's.
Yeah, actually, Hunter Biden is doing himself a power of good. He is. He's doing himself a power of good. I mean, I don't know how long they're going to let him be a loose cannon. Well, you'll see. If he starts getting too close to the mark, right, he'll end up relapsing and ODing. I'm telling you.
Did you see him saying, they asked him, no, but living in the White House and all, and he goes, could Joe Biden just walk around in his underwear? He goes, yeah, sadly he did a few times. And then they asked him, was that your cocaine in the White House? He goes, of course that was not my cocaine. And he goes, but who else would own it? He goes, if that was my cocaine, do you think I would have left any?
Yeah. And he said, and then he went, well, if it weren't yours, who's what? He said, if you knew how many people are on cocaine, he said, I'm not going to name the names, right? But, I mean, they're all fucking on it, ain't they? I'll guarantee they're all on it.
So J.D. Vance was off his trolley on the Joe Rogan show.
Again, J.D. Vance, a product of Peter Thiel, a rabid Zionist working with Israel. So, you know, they have all the fucking bases covered, don't they?
Yeah.
Bibi Netanyahu is landing in Washington as we speak. Now, I'm going to be interested to see, but now Trump has come out with the big boy macho talk. Without us, you wouldn't survive and all this about Israel. But let's see what happens, right? Because Trump, and he said, Turkey's been a great ally. We're going to sell them F-35s. Well, let's see if Netanyahu, he says, I'm strictly opposed to it. Let's see what happens with that. Last time Netanyahu Netanyahu went to DC, Darren, we didn't have the White House Oval Office meeting, did we?
No, I think Turkey'd wipe the floor with Israel.
Well, they're saying it's the next target. They're saying once they pacified and destroyed, because they destroyed Syria, Lebanon, Gaza, right? They want to destroy Iran, and Iran's also helping Israel indirectly by destroying Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. Right, so once they're all like trying to rebuild and everything, yeah, the eyes of Israel will be going on to Turkey.
But we don't know how depleted Turkey's military is, because they have took a lot of casualties, like, and lost a lot of equipment.
Well, also you got to remember that if Israel go to war with Turkey, what they would do is the way they would, I think, have a peace settlement is they'd carve up the Middle East so that you would get a greater Israel, and they would all, that both Turkey and Israel would take chunks of the other countries. Syria would disappear, Jordan would disappear, a chunk of Saudi Arabia will be taken by Israel. Maybe Iraq would disappear as well and go, and so you would see up the top bit there, Turkey would be in charge. And then down the bottom bit, it would all be Israel and all this carry on. I don't know.
So would it be all right for Turkey's a NATO country? Like, can you just attack them?
Well, you can if you're Israel. You can if you're Israel.
Suppose if you're a rogue state, you can do what you want, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the history books, it don't matter how long it'll be, but the history books will say that every accusation about Israel is a confession. They say everything Israel was accused of was 100% true, and then some, allegedly. Right, from USS Liberty to killing JFK to 9/11, 7/7 in the UK, all these kinds of things, they will go, yeah. Who was behind that? Well, Israel was the wizard behind the curtain.
But how far can they go at before the whole world just says, fuck you?
Well, the whole world wants to say fuck you. It's whether the whole world has got the ability to do so. Israel has never, ever been so unpopular publicly. That's what I'm saying.
Sanction them, don't give them anything.
But you can't sanction them because every time there are hundreds and hundreds of United Nations resolutions against Israel, which are vetoed every time by the United States.
The world's just confusing. It's just
and whilst Islam is a danger to the West, who created that danger? It was the Jews and Israel behind the scenes, right? Softening up the West with all this homosexuality and David Beckham wearing a sarong and let's all be boy girls and lose masculinity and emasculate all the men. Then create wars in the Middle East, destroy their countries, and then send all the refugees to the West. But then the next stage is not to send the refugees, but to send all the criminals out of all the jails to the West, the worst of the worst. Then you see the breakdown of the West. And Israel thinks we're killing two birds with one stone. We're depopulating the Middle East. We're polluting the West. We're doing Christianity and Islam. We get them two fighting, and we sit here and go, "Who's the winner? We'll fight the winner."
Do you believe they'll bulldoze the mosque?
Well, at some stage, but I think, to be honest with you, right, if it become politically advantageous, they would do it in a blink. But, the will they, won't they, is just as effective as actually doing it.
But will that not turn all the Middle Eastern allies against them?
Yeah, but look, aren't they against them already? They're still trying to peel them off, though. Trump's trying to peel off Saudi Arabia into the Abraham Accords. The UAE has made a deal with the devil with Israel. Right, the UAE is dominated by Israel now, whether they like it or not. Excuse me.
Like, I'd love to see the way, like, there's a blank, you can't video none. I'd love to see the damage that's in Israel.
Yeah, me too. And Dubai and Saudi Arabia. I'd like to see the real damage that has been done.
Oh, the mate that came back from Dubai on Monday, last Monday, and he says he didn't see one missile attack in Dubai. But he might have been in a different part, no? He said Kuwait and Qatar got lashed over all right, but he says Dubai. But he says the week that he was the Monday night, the Sunday night he was leaving, and a yoke went out to tell people to leave Dubai.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, and also what Celtic says there, right? Right, the Zionist Jews, they own TikTok now. Larry Ellison of Oracle and all the others, right? TikTok is now owned by the Jews, Zionist Jews, right? So on TikTok, you can say certain things. But if you're anti-Israel, you get immediately bingoed from TikTok now. You can't say anything anti-Israel. You can almost say loads of other things, and TikTok's still a lunatic asylum. But if you say anything anti-Israel, you're bingoed.
That's why, like, at the start of the killing, TikTok was full of Gaza getting bombed and all. Now you don't see any of it.
Exactly. Shocking.
But on Telegram, like, there's some serious footage of, like,
yeah, don't worry, because we won't get it in full, because we won't get it in real time. It is being documented. It's not like they haven't got the footage. The Israelis censored it, no one taking film, but people have taken it. Once this is all
these are Hamas and what's that something brigade that they have, the military brigade, like, and they're lashing the tanks over and setting traps for them. Like Israel are getting hammered.
But I mean, it will come out in the end. But what you're up against is a global cult, right? Of people who base a lot of their opinions on Satanism and fucking Saturn and all this kind of stuff, right? And so that they're not religious. None of them. They're not Jewish. They're not Muslim. They're not Christian, right? But they infiltrate like parasites into those religions and then play each one off against each other. But they're a death cult, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. I mean, look at the COVID thing. We all know what it is. Look at all the money earned from the vaccines and the companies. Who owns all the companies, the health companies who got it? How many of them are Jewish? Most of them, allegedly. Albert, what's his name? Pfizer and all the other ones, Moderna and all this carry on. So it was just another opportunity for the Jews to extort money. 2008, financial crisis, right? All of these crises over the years, the insiders, who benefits? You know, that's all you got to say. When there's an incident goes on or goes off, right, you first say, who benefits from this? 9/11. Well, the Muslim Islam, right, they didn't benefit from 9/11. Who benefited most? Well, on the day of 9/11, Bibi Netanyahu said Israel will benefit most from this. And then he had to row back on what he said because it was 9/11.
Like them wars in the Middle East. Like, did you ever watch the Battle of Fallujah, Art? They killed every male in the city.
Yeah, hang on, Darren. I was just going to make a cup of tea. But on Fallujah, right, In Fallujah, right, the Americans were using fucking depleted uranium ammunition
Yeah.
in Fallujah. The atrocities the Americans committed in Iraq, what we know of at Abu Ghraib, but there were massacres, there were raping of women, children, and that by the Americans. Of course, there was. But listen, the big thing is Section 219 of the new Military Act merges the Israeli military with the American military. And it's gone past the Congress. It's now got to go to the Senate, and then it'll go to the desk of President Trump. If that goes all the way and it becomes law that the American military and Israeli military merge legally, officially, then it's game over, Darren. Because it means Israel will be in control of the US military. They are in a certain respect already. We had that from Wesley Clark. He said in 2002, allegedly, the Israelis were given their own entrance in the Pentagon.
And do you think Iran can win this war, Art?
No, it's not so much Iran can win this war. America can't win this war. Or the things they would have to do to win this war would be unforgivable, so they would never win, which means using nuclear weapons. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't used a nuclear weapon on that Pickaxe Mountain. You know Pickaxe Mountain?
They probably have, Art, and we just don't know.
Well, again, that's right. Hang on a sec, Darren. Let me just go and get a cup of tea.
Because the last thing they want to do was put troops in, because you'd be talking 10s, 20, 30s to 40, 50,000 deaths.
What do you fancy? That's better, Darren. Cup of tea. Oh, that's better.
Like if he does a ground invasion, Arch, you could be looking at Vietnam number casualties, couldn't he?
No, Darren, not could be. No, it'll be fucking suicidal. Right, bad enough if they try to take the islands, and they could take the islands, Carg Island and that quite easily, but holding them would be nigh on impossible. No, you have to understand the terrain of Iran. No, honestly, you know, into the valley of death, road to 600, my goodness, guns to the left, guns to the right. No chance. What the plan would have been, Darren, would be to invade Iran and hold the southern coast so that shipping could go through the Strait of Hormuz. That's what they would want to do. Just a maybe 20 mile beachhead all along the Persian Gulf. But it will be impossible, honestly and truthfully, right? And the only way they could do it would be, as you said earlier, if Trump is dying, or if he's nuts completely gone. Here old Lurkio's been waiting outside. I've just chopped up some Frankfurter sausages and an egg, right? And now I even break the egg so that Lurkio can just suck out all the bloody inside. I treat them foxes too well, don't I?
Like, you wouldn't even be able to hold beachheads and all now with the drones and missiles and all. They just wipe you out, won't they?
No, I know drones is the big thing. Drones is a game changer. In military circles, Darren, drones is a game changer. Honestly and truthfully, drones, because the way that the amount they can produce, millions of them. Do you remember them old Star Wars movies and the old movies where you saw thousands of these kind of things and that? Well, it's here, isn't it? And if now we're getting technology, go on.
As long as Ireland's supplying them with all this aluminium, they'll be alright.
But also, Darren, if we're led to believe what we think about military technology, and we're getting it released, you know, like the likes of StreamYard and the other stuff, digital and that, what have the military got that we won't see for the next 10, 20, 30 years? If they work on that basis. So what have they got up their sleeves? I mean, Trump said in his speeches, he said, we've got weapons the world's never seen, right? And Bibi Netanyahu said, we're working with the Americans on weapons the world has never imagined. So what the fuck have they got?
But if they're doing that, I suppose China, Russia and Iran are doing the exact same thing. So it's just...
Yeah, no, I agree 1,000,000%, but I'm just trying to work out what is the technology, though, they're talking about.
I reckon it's laser technology.
What, from outer space?
No, do you know the way, like, they shoot a Patriot and hope it hits a missile? I reckon they just shine a dot on it, and it'll be a laser dot, and they'll just blow it out of the sky, you know?
Okay.
Or kinetic energy, all this type of thing, and the aircrafts, God knows what aircrafts they have.
Okay, and what about this one, though? What the Iranians, I mean, I've read reports that are years old, decades old, right, about the Iranians and how the Iranians' biological weapons program is one of the most deadly in the world. That was before all the biolabs in Ukraine and that, the Iranians, right, have got some very nasty viruses, and who knows? I mean, literally, one of their proxies could get a test tube and you go psst, on a bloody underground, an airborne fucking thing, and we're off to the races again, ain't we?
Like, can Trump not just fathom that, like, Iran have been preparing since 1979 for this? Like,
yeah.
Like, that's 47 years.
Yeah.
Like, these mountains that are military, probably multiple mountains that are military bases that I don't even think bunker bombs will reach them.
Yeah, that's right.
God knows how many miles and miles and miles and miles of under. But so what's Iran? 3 times the size of Texas or something, is it?
Put it this way, and it's the terrain, the mountainous terrain of Iran, coupled with what you said, means that a guerrilla war would be impossible to stop. We saw what happened in Iraq, right? So if you times that by about 50, right, then you're going to get what's going to happen in Iran. There's 90 million people in Iran.
Yeah, and Iraq was like urban warfare. Like, this is completely different. This is like,
Iraq was flat, wasn't it?
Do you know what I'd be like? It'd be like when Russia went into Afghanistan.
No, it will be. Of course it will, Darren. Of course it will. I mean, to be honest with you, Trump was told by Tulsi Gabbard, Joe Kent, he was told, you go in there, you're going to get bogged down. In the other ear, he's got the neocons, the Israelis, all going, no, listen, the way, look at Venezuela, right? It's going to be a Venezuela thing, or 3 weeks, and it'll all be sorted. Their collapse. Listen, don't forget as well, we're going to kill Khomeini on the first night, which they did. Listen, once we take him out, right, it's all going to collapse. And Trump's gone, is it? And then he gone, well, okay, look, you can either come with us and do that, or we're going to release the Epstein files about what you really did that night. And he goes, oh, well, okay then, sorry about that, Tulsi. I know you're right, but I've got to go with this firm because they're threatening me. But I mean, you can't say I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know this would be the turnout. Yes, you fucking did. Your director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, said it, and her deputy, Joe Kent, said this exact thing, and other people. Honestly, it's a chaotic mess. But I think that is the strategy of the Israelis. Then all of a sudden Trump gets so frustrated he lashes out in some kind of unconventional way, for fuck's sake. I mean, you're talking about bunker busters won't reach Pickaxe Mountain. No, it's more than 200 foot down. So what are they going to do? Send a bunker buster down and then what? A battlefield nuclear one just to do the trick? I mean,
well, the one that the bunker busted there before the peace, that's back up and running.
No, but yeah, they're B1s, the £30,000 ones. So instead of having conventional explosives, they have a small nuclear head. So they go down, bunker buster down 200 foot, and then you get like a mini nuclear explosion. All you would do, Darren, you would see the mountain just change colour, the same way as it did in Pakistan when they tested their nuclear device. Do you remember in that mountain, it went from one colour to another colour, didn't it? It went from a kind of sandstone brown to like a bright brown and then back again. I mean, have you seen that, Darren, the Pakistani nuclear test on the mountain?
I did. And God forbid they shoot down one of these B-52s.
Well, it's not a B-52, it's a B-1 bomber. B-1 bomber. Lancet, yeah, right, flying out of the UK, Fairford in Gloucestershire. All that bollocks we're not involved, right? Honestly, all the airfields that Burnham is now, because Starmer's gone, right, we're more implicated than most people.
I wonder have they landed in Shannon, Art?
Well, Shannon is a well-known refueling place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's about 35 American refueling tankers sitting at Ben Gurion Airport. Right now, if all of a sudden imagine the Iranians blowing all them up. And notice, hang on, and notice the Iranians haven't attacked Israel, have they?
No, I think they did, Johnny.
No, they didn't. No, I haven't seen that. No, I've not seen any. See, that could happen, right? While Netanyahu's in Washington. No, in this current round, I might be wrong. I stand to be corrected, Darren, but I don't think Israel has been attacked.
Well, have they been attacking Iran? Have they?
No. Well, not officially. No, officially, Israel has been sitting this one out.
Very good of them, innit?
Well, yeah, but you don't need to when you got your big bully brother, ain't you, or your proxy doing all your bidding for you.
And the oil's flying up. The price of oil's going through the roof.
Well, it's dropped. It's dropped to $89. Right, it dropped nearly 10%. It dropped on Monday. That's how I know the market is being manipulated, because what goes down will go up again. Right, they're all getting their bids in, and right, and the next bit of military action that sends it up again, right? Well, they'll all be there, wouldn't they? The whole lot. Honestly, when the history books are written, this will be the biggest. It's now currently sitting, Darren, at $87. It was $100 last Friday. So it's gone down 13% since last Friday. Now, why is that? Because America has stopped attacking Iran and said that they're talking. I don't believe a word of it. Right? Maybe they want a lull in it while Bibi Netanyahu's in Washington. For me, everything hinges on this meeting. You know, the optics of it as well. You're touching your microphone, Darren.
The price of oil, it seems to go down every Monday.
I know, and then all of a sudden it goes up on a Friday, but he then sometimes waits until the markets close before he launches any action. Fuck me, Darren. Right, the Nikkei market.
Who's that?
The Nikkei's gone down 4%, 2,600 points. Delayed prices of 9:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Oh dear! So it might be starting in Asia, but of course, and don't forget, we're going to get another economic meltdown at some stage.
Oh, I think there's a depression coming like we never seen before. That.
Well, if that's the case, then they will have to reintroduce lockdowns, won't they?
Lock us all in our houses again, ration us.
Yeah. I mean, they've learned more from that lockdown, right, than than any test or whatever could do. I mean, I think it was the greatest social experiment in history. And so now the people who make the decisions.
I don't know. A lockdown could backfire on them. I don't think people will ever take another lockdown.
It depends how it's presented.
Yeah, you could say, like, if you don't stay in your house and all, you won't get your payments and stuff like that.
Well, or I don't know if the threat is, I don't know. They keep trying to build up this Russian threat, one or two false flags or whatever. Oh, goodness knows.
I think we're safe on Ireland from all this anyway.
I think we're all safe. I don't think Russia has got any intentions of doing it. Sabotage, maybe espionage, but not all the other stuff.
Few power cuts and stuff like that, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because even through all of this, Russia has still provided gas and that to Germany, France, Italy, it's still provided it. I think this year that Germany spent something like $6 billion or $9 billion on gas and that from Russia.
Have they fixed this pipe that they blew up?
Right, you're touching your microphone again. The Nord Stream. No, they haven't fixed it. I don't know whether it's fixed, but I do know that everyone now, right, all agree it was Ukraine that did it with the help of the CIA. I mean, the question I've got, Darren, the question I've got is what dirty blackmail material does Zelensky have as leverage to keep getting all these Western countries to support him and give him all this money?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just like the Brussels just have a meeting and says, look, we're supporting Ukraine, end of story. It's like
Yeah, I look at this headline just dropped from Reuters. Nigeria tells South Africa to stop the xenophobic attacks on migrants and questions the state response because the black South Africans are now attacking black migrants and throwing them out the country. Last month, they threw 60,000 out the country. But what we're talking about is protesters in South Africa, the black ones from Soweto, with all the spears and all that game. They don't fuck about in South Africa. This is what is called black on black. Black South Africans want to get rid of black migrants coming into their country. Yet you won't hear it on a lot of the news because it don't fit the narrative, does it?
no. Even the blacks don't want them. South Africa a Christian country, isn't it?
South Africa?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You might be right. I'm not sure.
Because it's mostly up North Africa is all the Muslims now, isn't it? Like from Morocco down to there's a lot of terrorists in Africa now, no? And Cameroon and all that fighting. Wagner are getting their ass kicked over there as well.
Is that in Mali?
Mali, yeah.
And are they and the Russians are helping one side, and are the French helping the other?
No, they fucked the French out. But probably, I think the French Foreign Legion are still there, I think, but
Yeah. US-Iran breakthrough reportedly near ahead of the Trump-Netanyahu meeting. Mediators from Pakistan, Egypt and Qatar reportedly believe the US and Iran are close to reviving last month's Memorandum of Understanding, a new proposal to seek to resolve disputes over control and operation in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran and Oman have reportedly approved the proposal, but Trump is holding off on a final decision until after Tuesday's meeting with Netanyahu. So he's got to get the green light from Netanyahu. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. They don't even bother to hide it anymore, Darren, do they?
no.
You know what I mean?
Like all these talks used to be in secret.
Yeah, with good reason, Darren, because people get false hope and then they don't believe you.
So this has to be the fourth or fifth, sixth even. I think what happens is America just use up all the weapons they have. They need to stockpile them back up, and they say, hold on, we'll have talks for a week or two while they stockpile their ships and all again. Because it takes a while for them to do that. Now it has to come all the way from America all the way over to the ships. And then I think around there's another war just around the corner between someone else, some Pakistan and India or something. While we're all at war, we might as well all have a go. Like, it is a world war going on at the moment. It's just a different type of world war. Oh, I seen the film The Odyssey.
Have you seen it? What do you think?
Well, do you know the way I'm an avid reader, Art?
Yeah.
It's a good film and all, but I was disappointed because sort of way like there's 6 books based on kind of like the Troy War, the Odyssey, the Iliad and all. Like, they've all different characters out of the different books in it. And then like when he meets the Cyclops, not away in the book he gets the Cyclops drunk and on wine and then blinds him and all. Like, that's not in it. Like, he blinds
So,
the Cyclops all
so,
right.
so what is the actual controversy over it, Darren?
Well, it's not the fact. It's not the. It's like, if you never read the Odyssey, like you won't notice it. No, but like it's Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. It's not Homer's Odyssey. No, that kind of way.
Ah, now that has answered a lot of questions. So this is an interpretation of Nolan's Odyssey. It's not a retelling or a telling of Homer's Odyssey.
There's he has like the swords in it, and he has the land of the locust eaters in it and things like that. But it's like, even how he gets the what you call it, the Trojan horse into Troy and all, it's all different and all, no? And it's Christopher. Like, how can you make the Odyssey in 3 hours even? Know what I mean? Like, it's Christopher Nolan's adaptation of the Odyssey.
Ah, okay. There it is.
And then like some of the like, you know, the armor they're wearing, like some of the armor looks like that Batman. Like, it's all black and
Ah.
plasticky looking and all. Like
But what's
it's
all this transgender and black people and women playing men and men playing women and all that? What is all that controversy about then?
like there's not one Greek person in the film,
Oh, right, okay, well, that's no good. But go on then.
and Odysseus' wife is black. And there's a great actor, she's from Greece.
Right.
Like she's after being in some great films. She would have been perfect for it. Tom Holland that plays Spider-Man, he's Odysseus' son in it. He's a whiny little bitch. Like I reckon the only black people around them were slaves, and they're not like his soldiers. So he has black soldiers, and there's no Greeks. Do you know? I'm gonna go on a limb now. Do you know what was a better adaptation of that? Remember Brad Pitt's Troy?
Yeah.
And I had the Irish fella in it. What's his name? Colin Farrell. Better film. More realistic. Well, it's still a good film to watch. 3 hours.
And where did you see it? At the cinema?
Yeah. And then
oh, you went to the cinema, Darren?
Yeah, I went last Saturday when not the Saturday gone, the one before when it premiered. And then the budget he had for it, when he left Troy, he had something like 60 ships. I mean, you see him leaving Troy, he only has the 6 ships sailing away. You know what I mean? I'm saying, could he not just use CGI and put a few more ships in? The boats look like Viking boats. They don't look like the Greek boats that they had at the time. No way, Greek boats were flat at the top, and they had the oars underneath, and the men stood at the top. Well, these are like Viking boats. Damien, eager to hear your thoughts about Andrew and Christian's Tate. A few years ago, I thought you were out to get them, but when I heard that 14-year-old saying that she come over from Slovakia, I think they're two toe rags.
To be honest with you, Steve even said that it was money laundering. Forget the other stuff and that. I think that they will be extradited to the UK, held in custody, and there will be a trial. I believe that they're criminal scumbags who've exploited their way. They've been involved in organised crime, money laundering, taking drugs, dealing in drugs, you name it, human trafficking. I believe they've been involved in all of it, fraud, money, everything. Right, and and I believe that these women that have come forward, honestly believe that they would have done those things. There's the video with Kristen slapping the woman with the belt and her screaming and all this game. So I believe they should be extradited to the UK. And all this deflection about, we're the man of the people, we're exposing the elite and that, it's the same as Russell Brand. I believe that dirty fucking pervert. I believe, right, that I believe without, as you say, Darren, no smoke without fire. A setup, boys, no evidence in court today. Well, they're scumbags, and so if they fall foul of the system and are stitched up, I'll go, well, it couldn't have happened to two nicer fellas, if you want my honest truth.
But what's changing my mind is I can't see Britain have waited a long time to get enough evidence to extradite them, plus another 51 charges, 52 charges,
59.
59, and I can't see Britain wasting this money if there's nothing there. Now, I do believe there's people out to shut them up and don't like them and don't like what they say.
Also, I think they're using that to try to hide behind, like Russell Brand, like a lot of these other ones, that the minute they find themselves in trouble, they either find God or say there's an elite conspiracy because I'm talking about things they don't like. Russell Brand didn't become very maverick and talk about all the bad things until after it started coming out that he was a pervert.
Well, I will say that innocent until proven guilty, but I remember a few months ago Stephen read out things that they were writing in the Hustler University, and it wasn't very good.
No, exactly. And as Steve said, like the money laundering, right, really should, right, and don't forget they grasped up all them other people, all them other gangsters in Romania, exposed all their systems through the casinos. They're not nice people. And I understand, yeah, innocent till proven guilty, unless they're travellers or knackers, then they're guilty until proven innocent. But no, they're two scumbags. They really are scumbags. Now they prey on vulnerable, impressionable people. Well, I suppose the world is like that, isn't it?
Yeah, Damien, like, it's been out for 8 years, but like extradition things can take up to 15 years sometimes. Like Tate even said that when he got out to Romania, he says it's going to be another 10 to 15 years before they get me back to England. But I think the Americans done them dirty.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, they are very well connected, and whilst in public Trump can't support them or do anything, behind the scenes, who knows what happens? A bit of paper goes missing or something happens and they don't get extradited. But I don't know why, but I think that the Tate brothers will be extradited to the UK, and I believe they will face trial.
But Damien, the case that was in Romania was based on the one that the case in Romania was based on the charges in Britain.
Damo, come up and talk to us. Instead of keep writing bloody comments, come up and talk to us.
The Romanian one was mostly about the webcams, which there's nothing wrong with webcams if they can prove the girls, like. But he's 100% guilty of the lover boy, like making girls fall in love with him and webcamming.
Yes, please, Damo, come up and talk to us. It's much easier, isn't it, to converse?
Like Damien, that's why he fucked off to Romania, because of the charges in England. Like, he said it himself. But like, the thing about it is, in his interviews, he said too much.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Steve pointed that out, didn't he? He you know, if he'd have said no comment through the whole lot of it, right? It would have he would have had a better legal case, but he wouldn't have been able to capitalise on it.
Yeah, but he was playing this, the Matrix want me, so if he ever got nicked on it, like, he'll always say, I done nothing, they just wanted me. The Matrix wanted me because they didn't like what I was saying.
And again, that's what Russell Brand is saying as well.
Oh, don't listen to him, man. He's fucking...
I can't listen to him. No, he's a fucking patronising, talks down his nose as if everyone is lower than him. I don't like that. Although I'm an elitist to a certain extent. Yeah, Damo, they haven't been convicted of anything for 8 years, but don't go down that road. I mean, nor was Sean McGovern. I mean, Daniel Kinahan's never been convicted of anything, yet he's languishing in a jail in Dubai. Looks like he's back in Ireland in probably October, because they've shut down now till September, unless they have a special hearing for Daniel Kinahan, which I can't see. So he's certainly there till September.
Oh, good. I'm just going on the evidence in here, and it could be all bullshit. It could be all like, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't sound. The evidence just doesn't sound good at the moment. But if these powerful people are out to get you, they can make up this evidence. You know what I mean? So we don't know. Like
Yeah.
who's to say they could pay like women to say that? But the damning thing is the girl he has that says that she came from Slovakia over to Romania when she was 14. Like that's where he's getting the minor charge for soliciting minors. Because she's only 22 now or 23 now.
But again, though, Damo, I mean, nothing surprises me. They could be undercover CIA for all we fucking know, and so that all of a sudden, right, it could get a knockback on a technicality or something like that. I don't know. Everyone predicted their downfall when they were jailed in Romania, and they bounced back. So
you have to remember that they're a CIA family.
Well, yeah, their father was the chess champion, right, and a CIA operative.
So you don't know.
And they moved to Luton, of all places. And guess who else comes from Luton? Tommy Robinson and a confirmed intelligence agent, Katie Hopkins. She was in went to Sandhurst, and she worked for MI6. Military intelligence. So goodness knows, I really don't know. But they did come out of nowhere, and it was promoted. He was an average kind of fighter, wasn't he? Andrew Tate was never really anything good, was he?
I don't know. Like he has a couple of wives, he has a couple of children. On the surface, like he seems a good man. He gives out good information and all, but what's behind the surface? What don't we see? You know what I mean?
I mean,
at the end of the day, he's innocent, and they're innocent until proven guilty. And if they're proven guilty of things like that, I'd be a bit sick of the stomach because I did support them through the years. No.
Well, Damo, is that correct? He was a 2-time Waco world champion. If that's the case, I'll take back what I said. Then I'll take
it back. He was good.
Oh, was he? I didn't know. I mean, it's well before I knew anything. That was 2000 and the 2000s, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was still in Luton, living in Luton at that time, I think.
Ah, right, okay.
I'm sure he had a woman trainer, had he, Damo?
Now, some say that literally, right, there were two men and they came to a crossroads. One went one way and one went the other way. One was named Andrew Tate and one was named Lee Murray. That's something to think about.
Oh, Lee Murray.
If I was given the option, I'd like to see Lee Murray released and Andrew Tate jailed, rather than Andrew Tate released and Lee Murray staying jailed. Yes, Damo, how you doing?
Sorry, I'm just eating there.
That's all right, don't worry. I was eating my curry earlier when Darren came on.
No, listen. I see a lot of stuff online now. Right. I'll talk about it in a bit of depth here, just to give you a bit of context, right? I do agree with you that, I mean, there's stuff out there. Look, let me just say it between you. I'm old enough to make my own choices in life and stuff like that. I don't view him as a god. I don't view him. I'm kind of neutral on it, if I'm being honest with you, right? I like to see things from both sides of the story. But for sure, has he been involved with the casinos and money laundering and all that fucking shit? Yeah, like let's be honest about here. You know what I mean? If you're driving around in supercars. It's like a saying we have here in Ireland. If you come up quick like a mushroom, you know what I mean. You come up too quick. Do you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
a fella can get very rich overnight, and it just doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean? Things don't work like that. So for sure, but I look, a lot of that stuff has been documented and admitted by himself before. Like, I mean, he has admitted to being fucking involved with mafia guys over in Romania and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. Right now, the thing here's the crux of it all is like, do you think you're either fall on one side of the fence here, right? It's either you're an ultras hate supporter and you think the Matrix is out to attack and it's a conspiracy theory,
Uh-huh.
or you lie on, will say your side of the fence, Art, and you say they're just fucking scumbags and they're you know. Now
They're criminals.
I fall in the middle here, like.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I have followed them guys. I mean, it's not to have.
So hang on, Damon. So you think that they are criminals, but the Matrix is out to get them?
No. I'm just saying that's what the diehard supporters will say. That the diehard supporters will say they done no wrong and the Matrix is out to get them. Okay,
Right, that's one side.
and the other side of the fence will say,
Yeah.
they're just scumbags. I hate them. They're criminals, and
Right.
I'm seeing this a lot lately, right? No,
Yeah,
not talking about.
it's propaganda. Yeah, of course it is. Now, where do you stand then? Right. So, what do you think of them?
I like to take a very objective fucking view and take the evidence in on and kind of make
Go on,
a
then.
decision then, right? Like I said, for sure, they've done dodgy shit. Are they involved in dodgy shit? Yes. You'd know to look at them that they're, you know what I mean? Like, are they inept to break the law to make money and all that stuff? Yeah. Let's just, you know, that whole Hustlers University thing is just a fucking pyramid scheme, okay, as well, okay? But
Yeah.
look, you know, the webcam stuff, they were very open and forthright about that, right? In that he had a couple of bitches and they came over to work in this webcam thing. Now, this is what he's saying, right? But we have no evidence to counteract this yet, okay? And I would take it at face value in that he had a couple of girlfriends. You can say that's immoral or whatever. You know, you should only have one girlfriend, whatever. He said that, I don't know, about 5 or 6 of them came over to, I don't know where he set it up, Romania. I don't know where it was, okay? And another 2 or 3 girlfriends said, fuck this, I'm not sharing and all like this, and walked off. So I mean, I'm going back on old stuff here, but I'm just clarifying, right? Just to be clear, in that the webcam thing was just, they were milking money off fucking fellas. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was fellas coming in paying £2 a minute for fucking, and they openly admitted, right, we were the ones typing the shit. And I look at the interviews and all like that, and you know, you'd say, how do I feel about that as a fella? Like, do I have sympathy for all these men, or do I feel sorry for them, or do I think these guys are scumbags? I think it's a bit of both. I think for sure they are fucking, they don't give a fuck when it comes to that. But at the same time, if you found £50 on the fucking street in the morning, what would you do? Would you pocket it, or would you fucking hand it in either? So I mean, I don't think anyone of the human race.
But to be fair, Dano, it's a bit more serious than finding.
No, I get that. I'm coming on to it. This is a long-winded discussion.
That's all right.
I just, don't worry. This isn't my whole argument here, but I'm just saying what they done was immoral. Yes, everyone can agree that. Okay, they got behind the keyboards and typing shit, and they were fleecing money off fellas. Do I feel sorry for these fucking lonely old motherfuckers that were giving fucking money to these call girls on the fucking cameras? No, I don't feel fucking one bit fucking sorry for them. A fool and their money are easily fucking parted. It's like DJ Carey over here with the cancer thing, and all the fellas that were running to throw him 20,000, 30,000 euro just because it was DJ Carey. You know what I mean? A fool and their money are easily parted, you know? And, you know, you should have the cop on in life to smell a rat at some stage. But if you're willing to go on to sex cams and fucking hand over the fucking money, like, I mean, you know. But anyway, that's that bit of it. Okay. Now, getting along to the allegations and all that stuff. Now, listen, what they done there wasn't illegal. That wasn't illegal. Like, the whole story is that them girls came over of their free will. Okay, they came over of their free will. They worked, and you can say that there's other ins and outs of the story as well. That like he took a certain percentage and fucking whatever. Like, no one will ever fucking know the truth of that.
Okay.
I think he started getting very fucking popular about 7 or 8 years ago, whatever. And I mean, yeah, he was. Now, I think the problem with Tate, and a lot of people, they call him misogynist, they call him this and that. I think the huge problem with Andrew Tate is he gets clipped on TikToks and Instagram and whatever the fuck, wherever he was doing interviews. And he says some fucking outrageous shit. But you have to remember, this motherfucker's out there to try and make money, make a name for himself, be any publicity. It's like Ryanair. Bad publicity is still fucking good publicity. You know what I mean? It still gets people fucking bums on the seats in Ryanair flights. Everyone's happy to fucking go on a Ryanair flight because it's cheap. You know what I mean? But they don't expect the fucking best comfort and all this. So it's kind of a little bit the same then as well with Tate. It's like he doesn't
a bit like the Oscar Wilde quote. The only thing worse than bad publicity is no publicity.
Is no publicity. So
I understand that, and I'll take that on board. Yeah, of course.
I mean, look, just to really kind of fucking sum it up really quickly, what I've said so far without dragging it on. Do I think he's do I think he deceives people? Yes. Do I think he's into like fucking money laundering, illegal stuff? Yes. I mean, but okay, fair enough. But the stuff that's coming up now is a completely different kettle of fish. The thing where he was beating your one on Big Brother that time, you know, with the fucking whip or whatever. I mean, that girl came out after and said this was just fucking consensual stuff between us. Now, I'm seeing a lot of guys making videos about Tate in the last week online. I've seen journalists, not even BBC people, but just independent fucking YouTube channel guys, okay? And I've seen guys, there's one guy in particular, and he's just a little fucking a weasel of a guy, because this guy used to make good stuff on rappers and the whole lot, and he was very independent. He was very like in the middle, and for some reason, a lot of people out there in the world, and this is something that I just cannot fathom. Why do so many people in the world hold a fucking massive hatred, and I'm talking hatred, for a guy called Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate that they've never met and haven't done anything to him? But they need to be looking at their governments and their local authority and the people who are actually fucking them over on a daily basis. I just can't understand why half the world is so obsessed with hating on this guy. And I'm just convinced that like, now I know you were talking about me. I'm not on about you here now, but I'm talking about other people that I might know, you know, channels, celebrities, the whole lot, right? I think this guy I was telling you about that does the videos. This motherfucker's been coming out with so many videos in the last few days about Tate, and it's venom. It's venom that this guy. He's actually like slandering shit, calling them pedos, this, that, and everything on the audio. But if you watch the video, I could send it on. It's interesting to look at. It's just that for some reason this guy has really got under your man's skin. And I'm like, a lot of these motherfuckers, like, I really genuinely fucking think that they've just lost a girlfriend. We've all lost girlfriends to different fellas. Bro, like, women are fucking 10 a penny. They're not even fucking loyal nowadays, okay? The shit he tells, I've been through all that type of stuff myself. I know loads of fellas. We're all men here. Let's be honest here. A lot of the advice, not everything, but a lot of the advice that guy has got famous for saying is the genuine fucking is the genuine fucking truth. We know how it is in the fucking world, okay? Now I can't go for tit for tat for fucking everything here because there's to be a lot, but a lot of what that guy spoke is truth. And I'm telling you why. It's not because I'm an impressionable young guy. I'm not a young guy anymore, but I've been through life, okay? And I've met all these people and everything like that. We're all learning every day till the day we go out in the coffin. We're going to meet more and more cunts. There's nothing certain in life except that and taxes. But a lot of the advice he has given to people is good. It is good, and I'll tell you why. Is because I've been through that stuff myself. Like I've just been through life, and I can comment on it because it's not. I'll never comment on something that I don't know anything about. I'll only comment on something that I do know something about. It would be unfair of me to comment on something else, like, and I don't know nothing about it. But I mean, a lot of the stuff that's happening with these charges and stuff like that, like what I was getting back to about the Romania thing, was that was dragged on for, I mean, that first happened years ago. And I mean, they were thrown in jail for about a year, and then they got out and they're on house arrest and all like that. I mean, if you have to look at the facts here, right, you have a court case that was brought against these guys, and I followed it quite closely. It went about 2 or 3 times, maybe it's more. The prosecution were looking for extra time, and then the judge said, okay, you have extra time, you have extra time, you have extra time. And then they couldn't bring any evidence. And I was following that court case very fucking closely for the last number of years. And how that court case is at the moment is, there was an agreement between Romania and England that England started bringing up charges or whatever, all this stuff, okay? And the Romanian court case had to be settled first before they could go to England. But they did come out and say, we will go to England. Now, whether that would have happened or not, who knows, okay? But all them court case dates in Romania, even when they were flying around the world and they were gone off house arrest, they were always at all of them court cases in person. So, I mean, that's one thing as well, to say, look, they've showed up. If they were wanting to run like fugitives, they'd be after running by now, That court case, nothing has ever come of it. It's just, it was dragged on and dragged on and dragged on. And the only meaningful thing that happened was, I think late last year or sometime around the middle of last year, when there was another judge presiding over it. And the judge said to the prosecution, like, you haven't produced anything here. So the restrictions, the court case was not thrown out completely, but it literally just went to fucking shit. And I don't know, it wasn't thrown out completely, but a lot of restrictions that were placed under him over there under Romanian law were just completely lifted. That's why they could travel and, all that stuff as well. Look, I'm going on a bit here, but it's just, the fact of the matter is, if you're looking at the facts here today, England have submitted an extradition warrant for him, and they've submitted allegations of that. Now, he was goading them for the last fucking few months on fucking all over the internet, saying, come and get me, and all this fucking shit, right? And I think we can if we're being honest here, this is them saying, right, we are going to fucking come and get you because you've been jeering us for so fucking long. Now, the proof will be in the pudding with this, okay? It will be, because they went to court today, and of course they weren't going to get bail or anything today. That was pretty much expected. But they have until the first week in August. The English extradition, the English basically have to produce enough evidence to say, look, these are the people who have accused them. These are the crimes that he's been accused of. And here is the evidence. They have to produce some sort of evidence. You cannot just go into another person's country, even as a state, and say, well, he done this, and we want him, because he is a dual US and UK citizen as well. And that's quite important to say too.
Well, no, even more crucial, Damo, would be that both of them were born in America.
Yeah.
That is, forget the dual citizen and all the other stuff. They were, as Bruce Springsteen told us, born in the USA. Andrew was born in Chicago, and Tristan was born in Miami, or the other way round. They were born in America, so they are real 100% American.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing, Art. Will that really fucking matter if the US decides fuck you? We don't really want to have anything to do with you.
No. I can see they could become a political pawn. I mean, if Andy Burnham, the Prime Minister, when he speaks to Trump, says we want the Tate brothers, right? Trump is going to go, what's in it for me? What do I get then, Andy? Can I have these so this, that, and the other?
That's the way the world works, of course. Yeah.
Or alternatively, hang on, Damo. What about alternatively if Burnham doesn't want to play ball with Trump and he said, oh, by the way, do you want the Tate brothers? Yeah, fuck you. They ain't going anywhere. You know, so it can be used both ways, can't it?
Well, the thing about it is this it's a legal proceeding. It has to proceed now. The wheels are set into motion. So the English are going to have to come back with some clear evidence in this, and it's going to have to go towards the judge in Miami, and that judge is going to have to make a ruling on it then as well.
Well, can I just ask, though, because the English will come back and say we're worried about naming the people because of intimidation and that. Could they show the judge the evidence in his chambers away from the cameras?
That's a good question, and that's that's a question that I don't have the answer to.
I mean, because if they go in the chamber,
they do it in a closed court.
Yeah, but even the British go, we don't even trust giving the information to his lawyers.
But that's the thing, though. You see that can't work though, because his lawyers are going to have access to everything. You know what I mean? You can't just you can't just block his lawyers out, and that his lawyers have to have access to this.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, because they've got to know what they're dealing with. I can't just go over to England and say and grab Art hostage.
I appreciate that, right? But to be honest, that's what the Americans were saying with Julian Assange.
I remember Assange.
I mean, the Swedish sex assault case was dropped.
I was wondering who you're on about there for a second. Yeah, I remember. That was the WikiLeaks guy, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. And all of a sudden the Americans said, we got information, Well, where's the evidence? Yeah, we'll show you that when he gets here.
Yeah, if the Americans want you, they'll get you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, they'll get you one way or the other, So it's like, no, but look.
Damo, I'll tell you what is very interesting. Go back a few years, there were some people, whether it was true or not, the perception was that they were untouchable. There were the Tate brothers, there was Daniel Kinahan, there was a number of other people around the world who it seemed they were untouchable. But one by one, we've seen the downfall of many of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do I think they're connected? Yes.
Yeah.
Just look at the. I mean, if you were to just fall down from Mars and look at who is Andrew Tate, and look at all the, fucking supercars and all this stuff. Like it is unimaginable fucking Elon Musk wealth. Like you know, and you have to say how the two boys come from fucking where were they, Luton or wherever. You know what I mean? Like so that gets back to my previous point about the mushroom. How does the mushroom come up so quick unless there's something fucking kind of wrong here? And like I do agree with your point there. Look, I do fucking agree that the fucking this Hustlers University, all that fucking shit. Business wise, yes, I think he's made a lot of noise. And
that university scam, was it any worse than Trump's university scam?
You have to remind me, what was Trump's university scam again?
It was the Trump University, weren't it, Darren? Do you remember that? The Trump University, all the money they took in. Now you get your hand off the microphone.
He brought out coins, crypto coins, and then just pulled the plug.
Oh, no, years ago. The Trump University online. Years and
tell you how to be a billionaire.
Teach you to be an entrepreneur and all that.
yeah, the Trump University. It was a carbon copy of. Tate's was a carbon copy of what Trump had done with the Trump University.
Yeah, but if you even if you look at Tate, right? Look, you might say, are you a Tate follower? Are you a Tate hater, Damien? Where do you lie? Are you in the middle? But that crypto thing that he was doing as well, like just another fucking kind of crypto fucking pull the rug out bullshit.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Pump and dump, they call it, don't they?
And if I was a die-hard Tate lover, I wouldn't be able to admit all this. But you know what I mean? I'm looking at things quite objectively. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a fucking old man here now at this stage. You know what I mean? I can spot a scammer kind of a mile away too. Like, you know what I mean? And when it comes to money,
but Ammo, the important thing is, right, not what your opinions on the case and this, that, and the other. What do you think is going to happen? For good, bad, or indifferent, what do you think is going to happen?
I think we're going to get results very fucking quick here, because you can say all you want about Romania, but I believe that if they hadn't on him in the last 8 years, they'd be after fucking putting something on him by now. They'd be after getting something on them.
But currently they're languishing in Miami. Right, and the extradition is to the UK. Do you think the UK will get him back here or not?
I think if he goes to the UK, he goes to fucking Belmarsh or somewhere, and then
without a shadow of a doubt. He'll be away for at least a year, 18 months. The Romanian thing will be the least of his worries.
Yes, I agree with you. I think they're going to leave him fucking raw over there.
But do you think? The question is, do you think he's going to be extradited?
That's a good question, and I can't answer it because it'll all depend on the first week of August, because they're going to have to come up with some fucking evidence. They're going to have to come up with solid evidence, you know. And that really hasn't been done even in Romania yet. It hasn't been done anywhere. The UK have been talking for a long time that, we want him and all like this and all about rape and all that. Like, these are very fucking serious fucking charges. They're on about
yeah, they are.
You know, like, but at the same time, like they talk about these women, like, there's I know for a fact, and I'm telling you this, and I can't talk into about too much online here, but Darren knows what I'm on about too, but there's bitches out there that will try to fucking.
Oh yeah, of course there are. And let me make another point. Russell Brand has not only got bail for the accusations similar to Andrew Tate, he's got bail and he lives in America.
I think I met him one time years ago, but I think he's a
in a toilet.
No, I was up in Dublin. He was on some movie premiere. I just managed to bump into him. There wasn't too many people around anyway. But I think anyway, I digress. But I think he's a I think Brand is he's part of the Batty Club in fucking there. I think there's something.
Yeah, but I think when he married Katy Perry, right, she is on another level of perversion, and he went, "Oh, that's too heavy for even me."
Yeah, I don't know. I just get a bad feeling from fucking Brand.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think he fled Katy Perry because I think she said, "Well, we don't only shake the kids, we eat them afterwards."
Well, I think, Art, right? We're talking here about the news, and we're talking about Kinahans and fucking Bole Johnson. The stuff we talk about is just like above the surface. You imagine an iceberg. We're at the very top of the fucking iceberg above the water. I think there's shit going on in this world, bro, that goes down fucking deep. Like, you know. Do you know
someone who really terrifies me when I look at her? She's so ghoulish. Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, that one.
She's in London now, isn't she?
That one. Fucking. There's something.
She's living in London now, isn't she?
I think she's living in. Weren't she living in the Cotswolds? Up in the country with a big £20 million mansion or something, and it all flooded or something like that. But I think she's backwards and forwards. But I mean, for me, she's ghoulish.
I don't think that one is squeaky clean at all. I think
she's a bull dyke. She's what you call a bull dyke, right? She's a woman who wants to inflict sexual violence on a little submissive woman. A bull dyke, right? Wears a big strap-on dildo and the fist up the arse and everything like that. She's a nasty, vicious woman.
I've been around. I used to call him Butch, but that's a new one for me.
A bull dyke, yeah. They're the ones who wear the jeans and the short haircut and and they're very sexually aggressive.
Yeah, I met a few of them in my time.
and don't forget the scandal that came out with Ellen DeGeneres, how she was so horrible to the people who work with her.
Yeah, she's meant to be a fucking cunt, but let's be honest, that's fucking that's the same with everyone with fucking a lot of money, nearly. You know what I mean? America's a very fucking. You got to remember, boys, America's a very fucking fake fucking country. You know? Don't mind me, I'm just eating a sandwich here. 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, it is, because even so, I mean, look at P. Diddy, another pervert, and he's a Down syndrome African, also known as Somalis. I mean, I don't know why, but to me, Damo, Somalis look like Down syndrome Africans.
Yeah, but we had a Taoiseach in this country here as well a few years ago, Varadkar.
Varadkar, yeah.
That the stories I heard about that motherfucker too, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, no, but even publicly, 1 week before he become Taoiseach, he's in the George pub with his tongue down the throat of a young man. So it's the equivalent of Michael Martin in a pub with his tongue down the throat of a teenage girl. Right, yet it's accepted in that homosexual world.
It fucking is. And I know people that know people, and I fucking like.
Well, he's obviously a pervert. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like shit in my mouth coup and all that game. They're dirty bastards. They are. They're dirty. But I mean, I've said it for years. Homosexuality is the road to.
I think I lost you.
No, it really is. It's honestly homosexuality and lesbian, and that is the road to child abuse.
Did I lose you?
That's where the road ends. Honestly.
Wait, is that just me?
I don't reckon them. I don't reckon none of them. It's dirty, filthy.
Wait, hold on. I think I can hear you now.
Yeah, can you hear me? Are you all right, Darren? You still about?
Yeah, yeah.
Good, man. Sorry, I'm just blowing off a bit of steam now because I just get the hump after a while. And the thing that annoys me is that you can't talk about it, or you're not meant to talk about it. Do you know what I mean? I'm fed up with it. I mean, you know.
You can't talk about it over where you are because you get fucking cops at your door. Well, it's going that way here too.
I mean, it's ridiculous. People have had enough. I mean, and look, I mean, all this anti-immigration in South Africa, the black South Africans with their spears and shields are going in and dragging out immigrants and deporting them. 60,000 left the country last month. Nigeria has now told South Africa to be nice to the migrants and that, right? So that is black on black, but that don't fit the narrative, does it? People round the world are sick of immigration, illegal immigration to start with. So it don't matter if you're black in a black country and you're getting immigration that are illegals, they want them out. So, but you see, they won't publicise that, Damo, because it blows out the water, the racism element of it.
I completely agree with you, but I'm just, you know what, I'd fight this and be more passionate about it only for I'm so fucking deflated by what's happening. It's gone past a point.
Well, I mean, to level it up, what I always say is that we in the white majority have enough scumbags to deal with. We don't need to import any more. It's not the immigrants, right? It's the caliber of the immigrants. If the immigrants came in and they were humble, yes, sir, very nice, and how do you do this, and trying to assimilate, fine, but they're coming in, jungle bunny criminals, right, wanting to rape all the girls and all this carry on. We've got enough people who are doing that who are white without importing people to add to it. We've got enough.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
That's my argument. We got enough scumbags that are committing crime and acting antisocial, and they're low IQ, the travellers, knackers, and all this carry on. Why do we want to import any more?
Art, we have. I know I'm not shouting about it now. You might say, Jesus, that's a lack of passion, Demo. It's not. I am very fucking passionate about this, and I agree with you. Just to let you know, I agree with you 100% on in what you're saying. It's just, it's gone to a point where, and I think it's the same over there with G. People are just so fucking defeated and deflated about it.
Yeah,
it's been going on for so fucking long. And
it's as if people have been worn down, they worn them down.
Worn down, yeah.
And then I'm just going to go and have a piss. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, we're having a good
Good weekend, Amo.
Quite, Darren. Quite. Very quite. That's the way things are now with me. So, yeah, I haven't been drinking since last week. So just sparkling water and all that fucking stuff. So
you have to give it a break every now and again, isn't it?
Yeah, every 4 months or so, Darren. Yeah, good to take a break every 4 months for a week or two.
Yeah.
My fucking liver is crying
Just let the body dry out and get water and shit.
Oh no, it's alright with the water, but I tell you, you'd have the body reaction in fucking load of mysterious ways, like sleep and stuff like that. Everything gets fucked up,
Wait, did you find you don't sleep if you don't have a drink?
Yeah, I mean, if you're locked, you'll fall asleep. But you know what? At the same time, I do wake up. I just wake up the whole fucking time now. I just wake up the whole time since my fucking father died. I just wake up the whole time. I think that's just fucking trauma or whatever. You know what I mean?
That's trauma, yeah. You fall asleep. You fall asleep. You wake up an hour later.
Yeah, 20 minutes later for me. Yeah. I haven't got a good night's fucking sleep in well over a year. Just genuinely, unless you're taking pills or something. You know what I mean? Pills will knock you out, all right? Then, but no.
Oh, no. Loads of them the weekend. Loads of them.
Yeah, fuck. It is what it is. But yeah, like Art was saying there, it's a fucking it's gone a crazy world now. I mean, look at that National Children's Hospital. That's a fucking scandal what's going on up there. I mean, there is no National Children's Hospital that was supposed to be built fucking years ago. And where is the money for that? The money is going out to fucking Ukraine, and it's not only is it going out of the country into foreign countries, which you can look up all that fucking statistics of how much money per head and GDP in Ireland is actually going out on foreign aid in countries, and how it's been like that for fucking years. Because it doesn't. If I look at them figures now, if I wanted to, and I'm not going to, it wouldn't fucking surprise me, but it would surprise me too, the amount of money that's going. And look, all the money. Art's over in England, but it's not too different here to here. Look at the state of the fucking healthcare system. Look at the state of the children's hospital. Look at the state of the roads. Look at the state of fucking everything. Everything needs money. Everything needs money. Homelessness. Fucking... What about mental health fucking clinics and all that stuff? I mean, if you throw a couple of 100 million at mental health, wouldn't that not save a few lives? Or...
Damien, I rang for the GP appointment last Tuesday and I got it in September.
Jeez, I was going to say 2 weeks, but fuck me, yeah, that's fuck. It doesn't surprise me. The only thing that surprises me is September. I would have said 2 or 3 weeks, that's the norm. But yeah, you've got to. Look, people are just going to care docs the whole time now. The care doc, that's putting backlog on the care doc. The care doc is full of people come 6 o'clock in the evening. If you want to ring the care doc, right? There's something wrong with you. You want to bring a child in or whatever the fuck, you'll be on that phone waiting for an hour. Trust me, I've been there a few times. You ring the care doc,
Or
they won't even answer that phone. They won't even answer that phone for 45 minutes to an hour. And then you're waiting fucking God knows how long. So literally the emergency care doc out of hour services are literally like fucking an extension of a failure of the GP services. And that national fucking children's hospital, that's an absolute fucking scandal. An absolute scandal.
You know, in the end, Damo, it's going to cost over €3 billion.
And I don't know where they're going to get it from, Art, because fucking, I don't know. They could start with fucking them Ukrainians home for a start, anyway.
They could start by taxing Dennis O'Brien correctly at full rate. That's the $3 billion paid.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Let's be realistic about it here too. That's not going to fucking happen. You know?
No. I'll tell you what Ireland will do. It'll just go on the credit card. It'll go on the debt.
Yeah.
Right. And so all it'll do is, instead of Ireland's got so many €100 billion debt, it'll just go on the credit card.
Artie, me old pal. I'll tell you. We both know how it is when it comes to politicians, both in Ireland and England, because they're not too different. They want to get elected, and they'll move the earth, moon, and stars, and they'll promise you the earth, moon, and stars to get elected. When they get elected, then they don't give a fuck.
No, of course they don't.
They don't even give a fuck whether they run.
Well, over here in the UK, there's a saying, right, that politics is show business for ugly people.
Yeah, that's not a bad saying. And you know what? They just want to get in, get their state pensions. And when they get fucked out, they don't give a fuck. They have their state pension then. And they've lived the lap of luxury getting...
Forget the state pension. Look at what's his name, Roderick O'Gorman, who left his job in Dublin Central and went and worked for fucking Goldman Sachs.
Was that the fucking queer guy, the fella that said he was abused by the priests and all that? I think it was. No, that was another fella. That was another fella. That was Colin.
No, it was the previous TD in Dublin Central where they had the recent election where Jerry Hutchinson.
I was wrong.
The TD who was there couldn't even serve out his time, the bastard. He went to Goldman Sachs. He got a signing on fee of €500,000.
Which was the same. Roger. It's the same with all the politicians that went over to Europe.
Sorry, hang on, Damo. Who's that, Darren?
Roger O'Gorman marched through Dublin city centre with an English MP that wants to lower the age of consent to 13.
No.
Yeah, that's what got him on. That's what all the protests about him started.
Is he the one on the first election in 24 who was there at the count and hugged and kissed his husband?
I don't know. If you have the computer...
Hand on the mic. Take your hand off the mic.
If you have the computer in front of you there, just see English MP that Roger O'Gorman marched with that wanted to lower the age of consent to 14.
Marched in Dublin.
Yeah, sure. We look after the Islam boys then. If we lower the age of consent to 14, should they drop back down to fucking 10 then?
I'm getting it here. No, it wasn't an MP. It was Peter Tatchell. Peter Tatchell, the British LGB rights and an absolute pervert. That's it. In July 2020, shortly after Roderick O'Gorman was appointed as Ireland's Minister of Children, a photo surfaced from Dublin Pride 2018 showing him standing next to Peter Tatchell. Online critics and opposing groups utilised the photo to attack O'Gorman, highlighting a controversial 1997 letter Tatchell had written to The Guardian regarding the age of consent and underage sex. But was he the one who what was his constituency? Was it Dublin Central?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
Darling,
he's the one now. He's now gone to, where is he now? He's gone to Goldman Sachs, isn't he?
Yeah, he got back to your hands area that Petty used to represent.
Hang on, let me see.
John Park and all.
Yeah, I'm just reading it up.
I think he was a Dublin Central TD. Was he Fine Gael? Was that the party?
No, here we go. He ran in Dublin West in 07 and 11, 16 general election, but was unsuccessful. No, in 2020 general election, he was elected TD for Dublin West. So who's the one who caused the election then? In Dublin Central. Who was the previous one? Let me look.
No, the one with Hutch there recently. Yeah, that was your man that went over to that was the Fine Gael fella that took up the position over in Brussels. Or yeah, what the fuck was his name?
That's what I'm talking about. O'Gorham.
No, it was the other fella. Fuck. 1 second, I had it on the tip of my tongue there. Oh Christ! 1 second, I'll look it up because it's going to annoy me if I don't.
I need to know who the geezer was, because he resigned, because that's why there was a by-election in Dublin Central. But he left and he went to a bank to work, I honestly think. Pascal Donoghue, is that him?
Yes, that's him.
Okay, Pascal Donoghue.
Pascal Donoghue, the bastard. He honestly, go and have a look what he got to, Damo. He got a golden hello in his job, but he also passed some legislation before he went out the door that was to the Goldman Sachs or whatever the bank is advantage.
Yeah, he was he's Fine Gael too. Fuck Fine Gael. I think none of the parties are any good, but honestly, Fine Gael.
Do you know what? Over the years, I know he was a crook. I know he had his fingers in the till and he was many things. But do you know, I think the greatest Taoiseach in Irish history was old Charlie Haughey.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. 100%.
Because at least he let the people have a few crumbs from the monarch's table.
100%, yeah. He got a lot of stuff done, Charlie Haughey done. I mean, he was a crook too. But you had to be a crook too. I mean, you say for the farmers and the fishermen and all like that, the lifeblood of the Irish industry.
And I'll tell you what, my second choice for Taoiseach will be another man who's been underestimated, but I hope history is kinder to him, Albert Reynolds. He's from the Midlands, isn't he, Darren?
Yeah, Longford.
Albert Reynolds, I mean, you know, but Charlie Haughey, yeah, we knew he was a crook. Of course he was, but at least he spread it out a bit and he gave the pensioners this, and he did quite a lot of things, and he was a bit of a Republican, you know, on the quiet.
He was. He done a deal with Gaddafi there to bring over beef over to Libya, but he also got a few guns for the fucking boys as well too. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he was.
Yeah, It's crazy how he got Taoiseach, because he got Taoiseach like 2 years after that the guns scandal. Yeah. And he wasn't favoured to get it either.
The history books at the moment say that Tom Slab Murphy went over to Gaddafi and impressed him so much that he gave him $10 million and tons of arms. But what the history books are not saying was the little bit of introduction that Charles Haughey did as well. So that because it would fit right into the narrative, wouldn't it? The chief of staff of the IRA goes and gets guns.
I'm going to tell you here that.
But don't rule out Jack Lynch neither. Jack Lynch was a part of it as well.
Weren't Jack Lynch the one who introduced Tom Slab Murphy to Gaddafi, or was it the
Jack Lynch was the fella, the Taoiseach that sent the Irish army up to the border when the Catholic homes are being done.
Jack Lynch was the previous Taoiseach to Haughey, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Jack Lynch was from Cork, I think.
Jack Lynch is a great man.
Now, the thing that people don't fucking realize in this country here is that we'll say for the lifeblood of the country, which is farming, okay, and beef exports and everything, that's still going to Libya to this fucking day because of Haughey. Haughey was the one that kept that whole fucking thing going. Haughey was the one built an airport up in Knock for the old people to go up to the fucking to see the shrine up above and all.
Funny enough, you say that, Damo. Tonight they've lit it up in the colours of Mayo because they won the cup yesterday after 75 years curse.
Yeah. Look. The thing about Haughey.
They're actually doing a new room. They're doing an extra runway up in Knock as well. Yeah, they're putting a longer runway in it.
They're extending the herd, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long that'll take now, but.
And can I ask you guys a question? It's a little art kind of question. You know the Sam Maguire Trophy, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's one of the most beautiful trophies, right? It's got a kind of Celtic design. Anyway, beautiful silver Sam Maguire. Apparently, it's based upon a chalice that was found 1,000 years ago by two young Irish boys. Does that chalice still exist in Irish Museum? What the Sam Maguire Trophy is based upon?
I think it is. I think it's located in. Is it the Central Museum or I know?
Because I only learnt that today. That Sam Maguire Trophy is based on 1,000-year-old silver chalice that was discovered by two. I'll go and bring. That was discovered by two young boys about 1,000 years ago. And I thought, I hope they got the original. I'd like to see. I'd like to see if they've.
I'm pretty sure that it is in some of the museums there. Could be. It's probably in that big museum up in Dublin there. Where's the book of Kells, Darren?
The Book of Kells is
Trinity College.
Trinity, yeah. Okay.
They turn a different page every day.
Oh, here it is. It's modelled on the early Christian the Ardagh chalice.
The Ardagh chalice, yeah.
Right, sorry guys, I'm doing a little bit of detective work because I love that trophy. I think it's a beautiful trophy. It's not too over the top, right? Here it is. Yay! National Museum of Ireland, and there it is. Good. Yeah, they managed to save it. There it is. How big is it? Let's have a look.
It's not that big now compared to the Sam. It'd only be about the size of a pot. a big pot.
No, it was found in the 19th century. The silver chalice originally found at Rearasta, Ardagh, County Limerick, was used for dispensing Eucharistic wine during the celebration of Mass. The Ardagh chalice is one of the greatest treasures of the early Irish Church. It's part of a hoard of objects found in the 19th century by a young man digging for potatoes near Ardagh, County Limerick. It was used for dispensing Eucharistic wine.
And do you know who found it? He was a young Limerick man by the name of Sean O'Halloran.
Was it? Sean O'Halloran? Well, did he really? I heard there was two of them. Joe was there as well, but apparently...
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, but Sean cheated him out the money. Joe never got...
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Look, the bowl and the foot of the chalice are made of spun silver. The outer side of the bowl is decorated with applied gold, silver, glass, amber and enamel. Now, you've got to remember, this is like over 1,000 years old. Sorry, guys, I'll get a little bit Man United. I'll get a little bit too excited. It's a beautiful cup, the original and the Sam Maguire one is fabulous. It is. I do like it, honestly.
I know the Ardagh one is nice.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the thing. If you look at it, right, it looks like something out of Egypt or somewhere like that. And you've got to remember, this was made over 1,000 years ago. Right there it is, the Ardagh chalice. Take your bloody hand, right? Honestly, Darren, take it off the microphone.
It used to be skinnier, but when Sean and Jay were fighting over it, he stretched it.
Yeah, yeah. No, apparently copper wire was invented in Limerick, right? It was a battle by Ger and Sean over a 1 penny.
Yeah, but Art, if you look at the that would say the band, I'm going to call it the band, but yeah, the band that runs across the top of that cup. You see the designs that's actually like chiseled into it. We'll say.
Yeah. But but the whole point of it is though, Damo, this was 1,000 years ago. So to be able to create something like that.
Maybe it's the aliens who made the pyramids too. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, or the pyramids in Antarctica.
I don't know. Sometimes you think, fuck man, like we're just on the fucking earth for like a speck of a day compared to fucking thousands of fucking years. Like really, like I mean, we every human being lives about 70, 80, 100
Hey, Damo, listen. No, look, the Ardagh County Limerick Hoard. No, the Ardagh Chalice, right? I've got a photograph of it here in the museum. It's the same size as the Sam Maguire Cup.
No, I thought it was smaller, Art. Smaller.
Well, okay, let me take a screenshot then, right, for you. Tell me if you think this is I can't give you a screenshot on the thing, can I? How can I do it?
You'd have to put them side by side, wouldn't you?
No, but just in this photograph, the perspective in this photograph is huge. A lot bigger than what I thought, because I was like you. I thought it's only got to be a little pocket one.
Oh no, it's not a pocket one. No, it's not a pocket one. But at the same time, it wouldn't be as big as the Sam Maguire. Sam Maguire's an awful big fucking jug.
Sam Maguire's like a big stew cup.
Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Right, they reckon it was put there in 900 AD. Fucking hell. They reckon it was actually made in the 8th century, which is the 700s.
And you know what?
Here are the two boys that found it. The hoard was found in late September 1868 by two boys, Jim Quinn and Paddy Flanagan, digging in a potato field.
Do you know what? It is. I do agree with you. Like, right, the Sam Maguire, no, not the Ardagh Chalice. The Sam Maguire is a beautiful looking cup. It is. I actually agree with you, right? And we don't appreciate it so much here in Ireland because we only see it on one day of the year, All Ireland final. It doesn't. But if you look at the Liam McCarthy, is a beautiful looking cup too, though. Yeah, that's quite a unique cup too. Do you know what that looks like, Art?
No.
Oh, Jesus, you're going to love that one then. Go and look that one up.
What the Liam McCarthy? When you went McCarthy in Limerick, is it got bullet holes in it?
The Liam McCarthy Cup.
Yeah, Liam McCarthy Cup. Let's have a look. Images. Oh, yeah, that's quite nice. It looks almost like an ice bucket.
It does, actually. You can't unsee it when you're after saying that.
But no, you can't unsee it now. You'll never look at it the same ever again. But it's got some beautiful Celtic work on it.
I've held that a few times.
Have you? Yeah, it's 1923, a Celtic revival. I love Celtic. The simplicity of Celtic in hammered silver.
Yeah, but if you look up some close images of the actual writing on it as well, the engravement on it. Like not the actual Celtic, the crosses, or not the crosses, but the Celtic designs. But if you look up the writing, like a high res image of it, like you'll see it there. I mean, go on to Google. I'm sure you'll see it.
Hang on.
Like even
engraved writing upon. Right, I'll put that in the search. Oh, we are. I've actually got something here. Which is a drawing of it. It actually says the McCarthy Perpetual Challenge Cup,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right, and then it's got below it those intertwined Celtic knots going into an isometric design. But yeah, it's a beautiful cup. I mean, lovely. But there's just something about the Sam Maguire cup that just takes the biscuit, doesn't it, eh?
Yeah, I guess it.
Well,
Yeah, it is a nicer cup.
But I mean, put it this way: it's like in the UK, we got the FA Cup, and then we've got the League Cup, and so you'd say Sam Maguire would be the FA Cup, and the Liam McCarthy one would be the League Cup, wouldn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, I think in Ireland here, we all the different counties are either hurling or football, and it's either kind of one.
Yeah, look at that Sam Maguire. No, do you know what? I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask Grok. Hang on, let me ask Grok, right? What's the other one called? Let me go back here.
Ian McCarthy and Sam Maguire.
No. What I was gonna do, I was gonna say, right. Let me stick it on here, right? Let me see if I can get that right. Yeah, right. I'm gonna write in Grok. I'm gonna write in. Let me get Call Grok up. Is the Sam Maguire cup same size as the Ardagh Chalice? Right, they are. That's a good question, isn't it? Right. So then that Grok would tell me, wouldn't they? I don't think it's going to be a lot different, though. Honestly, you think it's going to be a lot smaller. I might be wrong, but I mean, to be honest,
I wouldn't say a lot smaller. It's not tiny, but it is smaller, in my opinion. Because the Sam Maguire, I've held the Sam Maguire. That fucking yoke is huge.
Have you?
I keep thinking that fucking around here we were.
Here we go. No, the Sam Maguire cup is not the same size as the Ardagh Chalice. It is a larger scale model based on its design. Now, let's get the specs then. The Ardagh Chalice in the National Museum of Ireland measures...
I'm going to guess on this, actually.
It measures... right, go on then.
What are we talking, inches or...
Height in inches, yeah, go on.
I'd say about a foot in height, whatever fucking inches that is.
That's 12 inches is a foot.
And I would say from widest point to widest point, not the base but the top, I would say about a foot and a half to 2 foot. No, a foot and a half.
Right, okay, right. We start with the Ardagh Chalice. It's roughly
that's what I'm on about. The Ardagh Chalice.
Right. Well, the Ardagh Chalice is 7 inches high, and it's got a rim of right side to side, like you said, 7.5 inches. Okay.
So it's only 7.5 inches from top to bottom.
Yeah. From top to bottom, it's 7 inches.
It have to be more than that, no?
No, 7 inches in height. Well, if you go up, 7 inches is quite high right now. Right, okay, and it's 9.5 inches right between from one side to another. 9.5. 7 inches high.
You're talking my kind of numbers here now, Art.
Right, hang on, the Sam Maguire here. Hang on, Sam Maguire.
It's much
right.
Bigger.
That one is what you said. Right, that one you said is 16 inches high, so it's more than double the height of the original Ardagh Chalice, and it weighs 12 pounds. Now, how many ounces in a pound? Is it 16?
No, I don't deal in ounces. 12 pounds would be about 5-point-something kilo. Right.
The current replica of the Sam Maguire has been used since 1988. Oh, it's not even the original one they used then. Did you know that? I didn't.
Well, they do that every now and again. They do that with other cups and stuff too.
The current replica. Hang on. Yeah, look, the original right? The original Sam Maguire trophy was made in 1928, is now in the GAA Museum. That is 16 inches and weighs 12 pounds. The one they use at the moment is a replica, right, made in 1988, right, and is 17 inches overall height, right, depending whether the wooden base, but it weighs 8.5 kilos, which is what? That's a lot heavier. The current one is heavier than the original.
Every time I look at the, I love the Sam Maguire Cup, but every time I look at it, I just keep thinking of a flower pot. I don't know.
Yeah, well, and also it's not the original. The original's in the GAA Museum. Where's that, guys?
Yeah, it's in Croke Park.
What, the GAA Museum is part of Croke Park, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's something I want you to look up, right? And I want you to Google image it first. The old Bob O'Keefe Cup, not the new one, because they changed the new one a couple of years ago. The old one. I remember holding that. I remember holding that one when I was a kid. Now that's one fucking heavy cup. That's a heavy fucking bastard.
Spell it for me.
Bob, B-O-B.
Yeah.
Excuse me. O'Keefe. K-E-E-F-F-E. Now the old one, not the new one.
Bob O'Keefe Cup.
Yeah.
Right, and let me put original then. Original. Right.
You'll see it.
Trophy, right? Let's have a look.
It's a big motherfucker.
The original Bob O'Keefe Cup was retired in 2004 after 50 years of use because it suffered from wear and tear.
Yeah. Do you see it? Do you see the handles on it and everything? Now that's
I'm just about to have a look. Wow! Wow! Oh wow! That is some cup. My goodness,
Can you look up the weight of that? Because I remember being a kid lifting that, and I remember that was a heavy. I couldn't even lift it as a kid. That must weigh about. Now, hold on, now I'm going to give you a guess at that. That cup must weigh about. Fuck me, that cup must weigh about 10 kilo. It'd have to.
Hang on. Let's see.
No, it must weigh more than fucking 10 kilo, actually. I'd say 12 kilo, between 10 and 12 kilo. That's what it seems like.
Hang on. The original Bob O'Keefe Memorial Cup weighs almost 16 kilos. 2 stones, 7 pounds.
Fuck, I was close. God, that's
35.2 pound. It is 3 foot tall. God bless him. God bless old. I love these Bob O'Keefe, eh? Now, what was that handed out for? Can you tell me? What is the sport? Hurling.
The Leinster Hurling Championship.
Right. What about what's the one that Limerick keep winning year after year, and they won again?
Now, that's going to be an interesting one for you because that's the Munster Hurling Trophy, but that looks the very same. That's like a carbon copy of the Liam McCarthy. So look that one up then. Right. Okay. Right. That's what is it? Right. That is called the Munster. The Munster Hurling Championship Trophy. Munster Hurling Trophy. Munster Hurling Trophy. Let's have a look. The cup honours Mickey Mackey, a legendary Ahern, Limerick and Munster hurler. Yeah, the Mick Mackey Trophy. Yes. Oh my God, you're right. You know, oh my God, I'm getting a history here. That's another beautiful cup. That is. I like these. See, I told you it wasn't so different. Yeah, no, it is. Although they're rounded, the handles of it are more rounded, where the others are very Art Deco square. This one is more earlier. I would say Art Nouveau. No, I've never held that one. Wow, that is beautiful. Look at that. The All Ireland Minor Hurling Trophy looks like a smaller version. Yeah, they all look the same nearly. Some of these trophies are beautiful, aren't they? I do like them.
See, if I had money, right, Damo, I'd have a trophy cabinet with all like nice trophies and that. I like them, just the quality of them. Do you know what I mean? The craftsmanship and everything on them.
Yeah, well, you see, the Munster one, the Liam McCarthy, and the Minor one, they all look similar enough, like.
Yeah. Right.
Now,
yeah.
all them cups, there's been some fucking load of whiskey put into them over the years.
Yeah.
What is the what's the big shield? The big round shield in Ireland. I'm trying to think of it, right? It's a huge, great big shield. Looks like something like, you know, the Wimbledon women's trophy at Wimbledon.
I know the one.
It's a Celtic one, though. There's a Celtic one, though.
Is that the Camogie one?
I'm trying to think about what one it is, because you see the Celtic work on it in a much more elaborate way, because it's on, it's a big flat kind of charger, rather than like wrapped round in a trophy.
No, the Camogie one, Darren, is like this, is like the Sam Maguire. So if you want to look that up, Art, you'll see how fucking similar that's like another smaller version of the Sam Maguire. They're all fucking carbon copies of each other. Look up the Senior All Ireland Camogie Trophy. CIMOGIE.
Right, hang on. Let me go in.
The shield. What would the shield be?
This
Sorry,
one.
Spell it for me again. C.
This one, Art, is very like the Ardagh Chalice in size as well. So it's Camogie. CIMOGIE.
CRM.
No, CIMOGIE.
Right, can we do it again? What is the second letter?
CAM.
Oh, A. CANO.
GIE.
GIE.
Yeah.
Right. Senior Camogie. Oh, Camogie Trophy, yeah? Let's put that in then. Oh, Camogie.
Very like the Ardagh Chalice.
Camogie. Let's have a look.
Well.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, look at that. My God. Yeah, look at that. It really is Sam Maguire all over again. And with the base, you couldn't lift it. You couldn't lift it. It's too bleeding heavy with the base. How much? Here, let me go and see how much do you think it weighs?
You there, Darren?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Damo? It's only me. What's happening? What's happening? Am I on my own? Darren, where have you gone? Have you knocked yourself off? What's happening then? We're still going. Where's Darren and Damo gone? It's mad, isn't it? Hey, there's 7 people watching, and I don't know who's getting in. You got knocked off, okay. Right, I can't let you on, Damo, but I can certainly give you the link. I can't let you on. That's something Darren will have to do. But Darren's knocked himself off as well. But yeah, that is as well. What a beautiful trophy that is. Here, how about this one, Damo? Look, it's actually... Did you know the Senior Camogie Trophy is actually called the O'Duffy Cup? The O'Duffy Cup, named after a long-time Camogie administrator, Sean O'Duffy. Right, it's not publicly specified how heavy it is. Which trophy is the heaviest? Yeah, the heaviest major sports trophy include the Borg Warner Trophy, the Indianapolis 500 prize, and the Emperor's Cup in sumo wrestling. The Borg Warner Trophy weighs 45 kilos, nearly 100 pounds, and stands at 1.6 meters tall, and it's awarded to the Indianapolis 500 winners.
Where's Damo gone?
He's in the back waiting.
No, he's not.
Well, he will be in a second because I'll put the link out again. You knock you both off. I'm just looking at the heaviest trophies in the world. Here, listen. Emperor's Cup weighs 30 kilos, 66 pound. That is presented in Japanese sumo wrestling. The next big one is the Gallagher Premier Rugby Trophy, weighs 26 kilos, 57 pound. Noted as the heaviest in British club sport. The Premier League trophy currently weighs 25.4 kilos, 56 pound, of sterling silver and silver gilt. There you go. It's interesting, isn't it? So the Indianapolis 500 driving race, the Borg Warner Trophy, weighs nearly 100 pound. And it stands 1 meter, 1.6 meters, nearly 5 foot tall. Let's go and have a look what it looks like. Let's have a look. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, let me open up another window. Sorry, I just got caught up in all this. I quite like it though. Images, let's have a look. Oh, it don't look all that really. It's nice, don't get me wrong. It is nice, right? But I thought it'd be more elaborate. But blimey, the size of it. It's about 5 foot tall. You ain't going to lift that up. Also, do you remember that one, the ice hockey one? The ice hockey trophy, that's a massive one as well, isn't it, eh? Ah. Have you knocked yourself off again, Darren?
No, I'm still here, lad.
Oh, there you are. Chilean Super Cup. Did you?
What's that?
Damo's got a secret fetish, I think. Right? He said that he's lifted up all these trophies. He's lifted up the Champions League Cup. Is that real? Is that true? Where'd you do that then, Damo? So I'm just looking to catch up with the news. I did put the link out for Damo. Darren, maybe his battery's gone.
Yeah. You might come back on there.
I was enjoying that. Sorry about it if it was distracting or whatever. It was just nice to look at those things. Netflix. Here, Darren. Netflix. Netflix are bringing out a new series on the third capture of El Chapo.
Jesus, he brought out enough of them already, didn't he?
Yeah, this is coming from Netflix Latino America. Inspired by the true story, The Capture, coming soon exclusively on Netflix. Have you got to go to work tomorrow, Darren, or today?
Yeah, up at 8.
Oh my God. Are you going to be all right?
Yeah, hold on, someone in the background here. Damo back.
No. There it is. You're right, Damo.
I'll let you go soon because fucking you only have 4 hours. But anyway, listen. Yeah. Do you know what you were saying about the cup? The fucking
Yeah.
The Wimbledon ones are fucking quite nice, actually. I like them.
Yeah, I mean the man's one is silver gilt. It looks a bit like old trophy. The woman's shield is nice. I do like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if I got that shield. Like,
No. Of course not. But there are some fabulous cups here. That Indianapolis 500, the heaviest trophy in the world, is about 6 foot tall.
oh, I'm gonna have a look at it. 1 second.
Yeah, if you go in, if you just type in like the Warner Indianapolis 500, you'll get photographs with people standing next to it, and it's taller than them. Just put in heaviest trophies in the world. It's a number one.
I see it here. Yeah, I don't particularly like the look of it. It looks
Not normally. It looks a bit. I don't know. It looks. I don't know. With them blobs on it, it don't look too clever to me. But anyway.
Yeah, it don't. But oh, they're all faces, not blobs. Actually, that's crazy. They're all faces.
Are they?
Yeah. Look at a close-up picture of it.
Hang on, I'm just gonna go and grab it back again now.
Yeah, it looks a bit weird now that I know that they are faces on it. Kind of cool though that you could get your face fucking. The level of detail in them faces though. Art.
Hang on, yeah, I'm just about to get it called up now. Hang on, where are we?
Jesus Christ, the level of detail in them fucking faces is unreal.
Oh, you're right. Wow. Oh, we are. Look at that. Oh, here, I've got it now. Yeah, they're portraits of the winners, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's novel.
Yeah, but no wonder it's 6 foot tall. You're running out of space there.
Wow. Yeah, they're now on the base, aren't they? That is, but have you seen it though in perspective though, Damo? Have you seen with people standing next to it?
Yeah. Well, that's just the base though. The base is about fucking 3 foot alone.
Yeah.
And the base doesn't even look nice compared to it. It looks fucking tacky.
Do you know what I was going to say? The base looks a little bit plastic, doesn't it?
It does look plastic, but you know what? The whole cup looks a bit tacky. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's not. It's. I mean, you know, it's not sort of It ain't my cup of tea.
You mean it's well suited to Indy 500, the hillbilly sport?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Damo, I wouldn't want it in a cabinet indoors. There are other trophies you think, yeah, look at that, beautiful, and that it is a bit, as you say. I'll tell you what, it's very American, isn't it?
It's very American, yeah. I don't think I'd have space for it, to be honest with you. It is fucking huge, though. That's the thing.
I mean, I must admit, I do like the World Cup. I remember the old Jules Rimet Cup that after Brazil won it for the third time, they got to keep it. That was almost like an angel, wasn't it? But the new World Cup, I quite like that, don't you?
Yeah, it is. I like the old one. I like the Jules Rimet. It was kind of like
Jules Rimet. It's almost like the Angel of Ecstasy on Rolls Royce, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like an angel, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, the new World Cup is it's solid gold with and the green at the bottom is lapis lazuli, or is it malachite? No, malachite. That's what it is, malachite. Or right. If they really want it, it should be jade, really.
Emeralds,
yeah, you could have done it with emeralds and that, but I suppose they think because they actually give the World Cup to the winners for 4 years, right? You know, if it had any stones in it, they would probably pop out or fall out or be, you know.
Did I not hear at the night of the World Cup final when fucking the teams were playing, when Spain were playing
Argentina.
Yeah. Did I not hear when they were bringing them? I could be wrong here, but
go on.
They have the World Cup out there on display, but they don't actually give the real World Cup to the winners. They give them another one.
To be honest with you, I would actually think for security and and all the other reasons, I mean, that would be a sensible thing.
Because wasn't the other one stolen in '66 with England or something, and some dog found it in a park or something like that after?
Was that the World Cup or was that the FA Cup?
No, I think it was the World Cup. It was the Jules Rimet Trophy, was it not?
Was it stolen in Mexico for 1970? Was it?
I don't. 1 second. I might Google it there. 1 second.
Yeah, or was it? I know the FA Cup was stolen. It was a famous criminal case, but maybe I'm wrong. It might.
No. That was it. Yeah. You're fucking Jesus, Damien. You're fucking not too far off the fucking truth. 1966. I fucking knew it. It was the Jules Rimet Trophy, and it was found. It was found by a collie named Pickles in South London. Fuck, I remember that.
Wow.
Jesus, nothing wrong with my fucking memory. My memory's not too bad. I'm not getting Alzheimer's yet.
So who stole it?
I remember hearing all about that when I was a kid. Yeah, they found it in a park or something. This dog found it. It was stolen, and then it was thrown into a blanket or something, and it was buried. And the dog found it. The dog smelt it out or something.
Wow.
Or it was under a bush or some fucking thing like that. Hey Art, you can Google Pickles the dog there. Pickles the dog is
Pickles the dog. Oh, God bless him. What about when the painting was stolen by someone protesting over the TV license going up? Was it Goya's painting that had just been sold for $1 million, and then it turned up in the James Bond film? Do you remember?
The only one I remember was Rossborough House.
Oh, well, Rossborough House, yeah. Well, how many? I mean, 3 times it was burgled, wasn't it? 74 Rose Dugdale, 86 was the General, and then again,
and not too long ago, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah, well, they got 2 pictures, didn't they? But most of the pictures have gone to the National Gallery, the Vermeer especially.
Yeah, I seen the one. I was actually up there. I seen the one that the boys stole and fucking they had back. That's a lovely place. If you're ever over in Ireland, you should go see that place.
What, Rossborough House?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'd love to. It was built by
Richard. Was it Richard Castles? Built that?
No. It was Sir Alfred or something. It was God, Rusborough House was by the what family? He was, I think he was South African or something, or made his money in South Africa. Beit, the Beit collection, Beit, I think. Sir Alfred Beit. But because it's in the middle of absolutely nowhere, right, that's why it was vulnerable. It was like an isolated house, isn't it?
Fuck me.
What?
Jesus Christ, I was right. It was designed by Richard Castles.
What?
How the fuck did I know that?
The house was designed by him, but the actual owner who had all the paintings, and that was Alfred.
Oh, yeah. They're foreigners or something, I think. Or they were.
Sir Alfred Beit. I think he was South African.
I think you're right, actually, yeah.
But it was a house, though, Damo, that's right out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's in
Because
Wicklow.
even when he did it, the General, Martin Carhill, right, he broke a window, the alarm went off, the Cardi come and checked it out and went, oh no, there's no one here, and then they left. And then that's when they went in and broke in and stole all the pictures.
Yeah, but it's huge art. That the land that's surrounding that, it is a big fucking lane that comes all the way up. To get from the road up to the front door of the house, like, is just, you know what I mean? You'd have enough time to fucking do whatever the fuck you want there, let alone the cops
Yeah.
wherever they're coming.
I mean, it's like one of them houses, you drive through the entrance, but you still got 20 minutes before you get to the house.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful, actually. It's fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, Ireland was always a place where people would, they would invest in places, a quiet place out of the way. Have you ever seen that film taken in, I think it was the 40s or 50s, of the American film director, what was his name? And his family. His daughter's quite famous as well. Very famous. Oh, God, what was his name? He lived in Ireland for a long time, and he did a video of when they were living in Ireland, and they were going up a lane on the back of a sort of a pony and trap thing. Oh, God, what was the American director and his daughter?
Oh, your man, fucking Houston, no?
Yes, John Huston. God bless you. Francis Huston was his daughter, wasn't it?
I don't.
John Huston. I'll tell you what, Damo. Well worth right. John Huston. Right. He's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right,
was he not living here for a long time? Was he not made like an Irish citizen or something? After?
Yeah, John Huston. Right. There's a video on YouTube. Right. All about him. Right. There's interviews. Right. And it's from the 60s. John Huston interview about him living in Ireland. Right, honestly, go on there. Behind the scenes and all that. It's a beautiful thing. They're not long. They're about 4 or 5 minutes.
Art, if I know who John Huston is, I am not nightclubby territory anymore. I'm fucking old now at this stage.
Yeah. But no, it always reminded me. See, because Ireland has not always been a place of conflict. And even during the Troubles, actually, the rest of Ireland didn't really see, right? And even in Dublin, right? And everyday life went on as usual.
Well, if you see, I'd encourage you to Google a lot of the pictures or visit the website of Rusborough, because Rusborough is it's a beautiful architecture, even the steps going up to it, even the door and all like that. So it's just beautiful.
Where you been, Darren?
Sorry, lads, my phone was just dying on me and I just had to plug it in there. Is all okay?
Yeah, do you want to bring this home, Darren? It's now 4:15.
Oh, hang on to 4:30.
Okay, that's all right. I mean, I'm thinking of you.
No, I'll pop off because I may fucking go and try and go to sleep anyway myself too. But
Great to talk to you, Damo. Lovely subjects. I've enjoyed it.
It's good. It's good. You're a man. You're a man that appreciates the finer things in life too. I can.
No, well, yeah. I mean, it's one of the things that I've picked up along the way. just along with a bit of knowledge and everything like that,
You know what? You should try and make it over here sometime, because if you like all that stuff, you're going to love all them fucking museums up in Dublin.
Yeah, I'd love it. I really would. Yeah, the National Museum. I'd love to see all them things up close, like through the cabinets and everything.
Yeah,
But
see, we're Irish. We're Irish. We don't fucking appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's just fucking normal shit, like, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, you're asking about the cups, right? The reason I lifted so many of the cups was because, like, when you were a kid, in Ireland here years ago, you were always brought to matches and fucking Croke Park and all them things. Like every national school in all of fucking Ireland had all its fucking kids on a school tour in Croke Park at some stage. So you get to lift all the cups that they're, not all of them, but you get to lift the big ones, like the Lee McCarthy, the Bob O'Keefe, and the Sam Maguire. Like, now they've stopped doing that in recent years. Like, they don't. But when I was a kid, like going back about fucking 30 years ago, you were able to lift them. And I remember that fucking Bob O'Keefe cup. That was a heavy bastard. I couldn't even lift that. 16 kilos. Fuck, doesn't surprise me. But yeah, anyway, boys, adios, and I'll talk to you on fucking, if there's a fucking if we're doing a fucking a Wednesday, Gangster Wednesdays or whatever. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what. I mean, Steve seems to be working, and that but I'd always jump on if he does. I like these ones, these impromptu ones that Darren does, and just talking about everything and nothing. Benign, no hostility or anything like that. It's a breath of fresh air, really, isn't it?
Exactly, 100%. You can talk about cups and fucking everything. Anyway, Art, Darren.
See you later.
Take it handy, boys.
All right, then. Will I end it then, but lads, right?
Yeah, end it now, Darren, and we do it all again another time. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, God bless, lads. See you all tomorrow. Nice one, lads.
Good night.
God bless.